And we should be about live, waiting for confirmation as usual.
With the jingle.
We are indeed live.
Then
Dissected Alive.
Why, thank you, Luke from the past. Unfortunately, Luke from the present is not here at the moment. He's watching Doctor Who's big exciting finale for latest special. But yeah, we'll come later. Welcome everyone! We're gonna sound very different this episode because most of us are sick, so that's great. I mean, I'm recovering at the moment, but our voices might be a little off today. Sorry about that. And yes, we're gonna have a Brutus versus Supersonic fight later on. Wait, did he fight Supersonic? I don't know.
No. He fights for Robotnik.
Robotnik in armor, yes.
Yeah. With the big cheesy smile. Even though here I just drew him looking more sort of, grouchy.
Indeed.
Like, how dare you fight against me, Brutus?
Exactly. So, how's everyone doing today?
Everyone's sick.
Everyone's sick, there you go.
I'm not sick. I'm just tired because I just got through Dead Week, which is when I went to my first university. That's what they called the week before finals. Because you feel like you were dead or you might as well be.
Ooh, my.
Yeah. And I'm more mentally sick than physically sick.
Sorry to hear that, man.
Yeah. Hopefully this stream will, give you a bit of a boost.
Yeah, I hope so. And hey, you can make fun of me if that helps or something. I don't know. It's always fun. The guy in the
Well, you know me. Well, you know me. I'm always willing to help someone. So.
Excellent. Anyway, yeah, lots of news today or recently. You heard Sega's finally working on their IPs again. That was awesome news. New Jet Set Radio and Crazy Taxi. Kind of weird, so realistic looking, but.
Yeah. But the peasants rejoiced.
The peasants, how dare you? The artistic, the artistically inclined, who know true art.
Even the Golden Axe looks really cool, and I've never really been interested in Golden Axe.
Yeah, and it was a 3D. I wonder if they're gonna do the open world thing again like the last one, or it's just a 3D beat 'em up this time. We'll see. I hope they keep the arcade kind of feel to it. I'm not sure if Sega games really translate to more modern games and go on for 60 hours. But we'll see. Anyway, good news. Looking forward to that. Anyone else has news to share?
Yeah, so I recently received the Sonic the Hedgehog official cookbook. Yeah.
Yep.
And
that's really cool.
It is actually really cool. I kind of read through it last night. I didn't read the recipes, but each recipe has flavor text as it's supposedly written. The recipes are made by the characters, so there's a little in-character bit of dialogue for each one, and there's some interesting revelations in here. For example, on page 120, it's revealed that Rouge knows how to play the mandolin, which is an instrument used in bluegrass. And also,
I just heard words there.
Yeah.
Because I don't exactly know the instrument in question as well as the other thing.
It's a
my dad.
Isn't it like a kind of guitar or lute?
It looks like a very small guitar. Yeah.
Yeah, it kind of looks like a lute. I'm looking at a picture of one right now. So.
Yeah.
Here I can. Let me see if I can find a good one, and then I'll send it to you.
And I guess we finally have official confirmation that Sonic and Friends eat meat.
Yeah. Of course, naturally, my favorite page in here is page 126, which is about the Atabat Chocolate Chip Sundae Supreme from Sonic Unleashed. And Sonic talks about how every now and then he'll go back to Atabat and get one in Chip's memory.
Oh. Okay, that is adorable.
Yep. Also, the recipe calls for 1/4 stroopwafel.
Oh my, Dutch.
Yeah.
Wow.
little bit of Dutch in the Greek recipe. That's shocking.
Yeah.
So I imagine like you and Sylvia will probably have to request like what the actual ingredients are for it, so then you can make it yourself and see if it lives up to, you know, the reputation that has been received in the official cookbook.
Yeah.
That's what gave Chip his official name. All right, wacky. Didn't even know there were so many Sonic-related foods that you could fill a whole book with that. But cool.
Oh,
I
yeah.
guess.
I was actually surprised at which all characters actually submitted recipes. There's even a couple recipes each from Tangle, Whisper, and even Marine.
Oh.
Marine!
Marine!
Nice!
Yeah!
Oh, and Blaze has... I'm looking it up on Barnes & Noble right now. Apparently she has Imperial tea.
Yeah. Yeah. Let me...
In case you're talking robotic. That's awesome.
What did the robot?
Oh yeah,
make
there's
Evil
There's-
cookies.
evil cookies. There's actually a few recipes from Robotnik in here, including his own version of a chili dog, which
wow.
instead of using chili uses egg salad.
No, of course.
Yeah, and then Amy has one called Soliana Princess Special.
Yep. Oh my god.
That is
These recipes
awesome.
look amazing.
I know they do.
There's so many of them.
Yeah.
Does Robotnik also have a recipe where he just beats down wild animals and just barbecues them?
Wouldn't surprise
Okay.
me.
No,
Since this
darn.
is kind of my obligatory thing, is there a recipe with silver?
Oh, of course. There's quite a few,
Really?
including Silver. Silver has his own version of a chili dog too.
Does it contain ingredients you can only get in the future?
Let me see. Page 86. No, it just it has his own recipe for coleslaw on top of it.
Coleslaw?
Coleslaw.
Really?
Grown out
Yeah.
of his own garden, I'm sure.
Hopefully.
Well, there you go, Liz. You have a lot of things you can cook for during your school days.
Yeah.
Silver's
and I'm
cooking.
looking. Yay!
Yeah, I'll send you all of Silver's recipes.
Oh my goodness! Thank you so much.
'Cause there's actually quite a few of them.
I'm sorry. I just did not expect to hear that today, but that makes me very happy. Thank you. Yeah. It must be the side effects of Dead Week.
Probably, yeah. I wish that all Sonic's recipes just throwing something in a microwave because he's too impatient to really cook something. I don't want
Yeah.
to wait for stuff. Just throw it in the microwave, darn it. Eat it raw. Just shove it in my mouth. I have things to do today.
I mean, ironically, he does have one of the slowest recipes in here.
Slow.
That being the chili.
Indeed. All right.
Funny.
The irony.
Oh my gosh.
But yeah, for those wondering if I still work on Soul Essentia 2, yes, I did. Just recently finished a Junkyard stage. Yeah, Luke is watching Doctor Who right now. None of us has played Sonic Dream Team, so we can't really discuss that much yet. Although I guess some of us might have seen the cutscenes and all that.
Yeah, some of us have. But I mean, like, it's mostly just like people responding a bit sort of negatively towards Rouge's voice.
A bit high pitched, yeah.
Yeah. But of course, at least we hear Cream's voice, and I think it's decent enough. I mean, because I'm uncertain though at the moment. It's like because it's been quite a while.
Yeah, this is the first time Cream talks since the new voice acting teams, isn't it? Because he only made an appearance in Olympic Games, and I don't think she talks there.
They're quietly surprised though that they were using for Cheese like the Sonic Adventure Chow voices as opposed to the slightly dated or outdated of the Chow type of like talk.
I guess it works. It's just a sound effect after all.
Oh, that'd be true.
Yeah, can judge. Usually I'm not too picky on voices anyway. But I listen to Rouge. It's kind of weird. Some lines sound pretty good, but there's a couple individual that sound weird. So I wonder if it's more an audio direction problem than more the voice itself. But yeah, Sega's notoriously cheap with their voice actors, so I guess it makes sense. But yeah, I want to play the game. It looks fun. It's exactly what I want. Full 3D, like kind of quick bite-sized arcade missions. It's awesome. But yeah, I don't have an Apple machine. They're expensive, so I'm not quite sure if I'm getting in. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, no, and apparently, according to Elise, you've got to pay to use the arcade, and she's like, "You bloody bastards! I'm on a."
I didn't say that though.
Oh, to a degree.
Oh, we didn't say, but Liz is the only one among us who can even play this game because he's the only one with an actual device that plays it.
Well, I got a few, but yeah, I'm just. It's like I gotta pay for a subscription. It's like I'm on a student budget.
Understandable, but hey, then again, if it was a regular game, you would have to buy the game. So I guess it makes sense.
Yeah, okay, one-time payment, that's one thing, but for a subscription.
So you can't cancel after a month? You can't just have a month and immediately cancel it?
I did not think of that. It's dead week. My brain is fried.
Yeah,
I did not think of that.
Understandable. But yeah, and besides, you're probably too busy to play this game anyway, so...
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. We'll take a look later on anyway. I mean,
I have seen bits and pieces of this, like, floating around, but I haven't had a chance to actually get into it.
Fair enough. And hey, this being like an Apple Arcade game, those usually get a lot of DLC, so who knows? Maybe we're gonna get a lot more characters later on.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe Silver's gonna be playable. Oh, then you have to buy it.
The only way they're gonna get me to buy it.
Indeed.
I'm just kidding, but I'm just kidding.
You never know.
Still, it'd be a nice bonus.
Indeed. Right, shall we move on to the first episode of Sonic Underground, or rather the 5th episode, but the first one for today.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to be complicated about it, then sure.
Indeed, Underground Masquerade. Does anyone want to do a synopsis of this episode?
I suppose I will.
Sure, go ahead.
Alright, so it starts with Sleet and Dingo driving around collecting taxes because they just have basically any job Robotnik needs them to do. And Dingo raises the question of why they go to all the work of collecting the money and Robotnik just gets to keep it all. And that kind of gets Sleet thinking about ways they could technically rob Robotnik without him knowing. Meanwhile, we meet a little boy who pickpockets some rich guy, but the wallet is completely empty. And then he notices Sleet and Dingo drive by, and their Scorpion tank suddenly has a gold Robotnik hood ornament on it. So he decides to bungee jump with just a regular rope and steal that. And he hops in the Sonic Underground's van, and they get out of there. And so the new kid, Max is his name. He brings Sonic, Sonia, and Manic to his posse. And of course, Manic fits right in because they're all pickpockets. But of course, like Sonic doesn't let them steal anything. And Sonia promises that they're going to be going to the Duke's annual Masquerade. And he will be. They could bring the homeless kids with them, and the Duke could find them rich homes to live in. So isn't that nice? Isn't that fantastic? And Sleet and Dingo figure out a way to. Obviously, Sleet does all the thinking. Figures out a way to steal the Duke's tax money and get the Duke in trouble for it. And this involves, of course, using Dingo's transformation ability to turn into a surprisingly talented youth who is very good at, he's very dexterous, he's very smooth talking, although most of the talking is done by Sleet, which is funny because that means Sleet actually is very hip with the kids' lingo. And so, yeah. Ooh, quiet. So anyway, Dingo infiltrates the kids and joins the gang. Sonic has blue arms for a bit. Manic starts showing off for some reason, showing how good he is at pickpocketing. And just in time for Dingo in disguise to arrive. And then Sleet arrives with the robots for some reason. I don't remember if there's like a given reason why Sleet attacks at this moment.
It's really
but
confusing.
It does get, yeah. But it does get give him an opportunity to, I don't know, I guess talk to Dingo in person, even though he's literally talking in his ear the entire time. The homeless kids reveal that they are also musically inclined, and so they use that as part of their plan to impress some potential adopters. And meanwhile, Dingo approaches Manic with a proposition on how they could get the Duke's tax money for the Resistance by stealing it from Sleet. Ooh, plot twist. It's funny because, like, Manic was opposed to stealing from the Duke, not because, like, they're friends with the Duke, but because the Duke would get in trouble. But he's, like, totally fine with stealing the Duke's money once it's no longer the Duke's. And, so, yes, Sonic and Sonia are talking with the Duke, and Sleet shows up, uninvited, to ask about the money that he's going to collect later, I guess. I don't know why he doesn't collect it now. Because the Duke doesn't want him to, but why does the Duke care when the money goes out?
I think the reason he stalled was because they were planning to set Manic up.
Well, right. But, like, why is the Duke... The Duke is like, I'll pay you after the ball. I don't know why he doesn't pay before.
Yeah, that is a good point.
But anyway, so... The
scene awkwardly
Yeah,
ends.
it is-
Yeah. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, it is kind of funny that, like, Dingo is, like, so smooth talking in this Urchino form that he, like, even manages to, like, take control of the situation from Manic. He's like, Manic has to prove himself to Urchino. But, whatever, so then it's the Masquerade, and, Max is wearing a knight's mask for some reason. And then they play some they play some Cajun music out of nowhere. I guess it is a masquerade ball, so
Well, also
Cajun
because
music fits.
well, they also have like a violin and an accordion.
Yeah,
So and I believe that's common in Cajun music.
sure, yeah, that tracks. And also,
Yeah.
Sonia is completely opposed to the idea of the accordion, and even like silently apologizes to Alina for potentially having to see this.
Even though you see
Although,
Lena rocking out in the crowd. Yeah.
Yeah, apparently
Yeah.
she's cool with it.
Yeah, Alina's having a good time. So during the song, Manic and Max switch places, and Manic goes and steals one coin from the vault to prove that he can infiltrate it to Urchino. But during the song as well, like after Manic steals the coin, Sleet and Dingo rob the vault, and so that they can blame Manic by proving like, oh look, he's got this one coin, and the vault is empty, he must have stolen all the money and only kept some of it, I guess. Whatever.
Yeah, no, and two of Max's friends were forced into helping them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And obviously the Duke is like frickin' pissed that his money is suddenly gone, and he can't afford to pay his taxes a second time. So how the hell was he going to have enough money for next year's taxes? We don't know.
I was about to ask, yeah, but go ahead, yeah.
So Manic gets arrested, and Sonic and Sonia feel betrayed. But Sonic believes Manic when Manic says that this wasn't his idea and he didn't actually steal all of the money, because Manic is an honest guy, I guess. And Sonia just immediately goes from "I can't believe Manic did this" to I guess Manic didn't do this.
What?
I think it was just more of that she knew that it's Manic is a pickpocket, but it's he's also not a liar. So
Yeah.
He said he did it on a dare, so he owned up to his part of the thievery, but then as for the rest of it, if he said he didn't steal it, then and I like how Sonic has enough faith in his brother to believe that.
Yeah. And so then the weirdest part of the episode comes, where Max sneaks around and finds Sleet and Dingo just laughing to themselves for an extended period of time. And in that time, Max finds a video camera and turns it on just in time for them to start confessing to their crimes, to the point that Sleet even transforms Dingo back into Urgino for no reason whatsoever. just because Max needed the video evidence that Dingo was Urchino, and this is how the writers decided to present that. And so Max sneaks off with the camera, but Dingo spots him, and he runs away with the help of Olina throwing a freaking vending machine down at them. And so Sonic runs away with Max with the video camera, and then they bust Manic out of jail, but they drive slowly so that Robotnik's police bots can keep up with them. And then they lure the police bots down to Sleet and Dingo's hiding place, where Sleet and Dingo get caught with all of the money. And before they can weasel their way out of it, the video starts playing showing that they stole the money. And so then all of the kids get adopted in the end.
Hooray!
Hooray!
Yeah, we care about those kids. Meh.
Well, we don't really, aside from Max, we don't really know them that well.
No. Also, it's kind of weird to keep calling them kids, because some of them look kind of adult, especially the women already look at least teenagers age. So it's kind of confusing, but oh well.
But
I guess
convenience.
Guess the artist just really love drawing breasts. Oh well. Yeah. Bit of a weak episode, but there's some fun bits in it, I suppose.
Yeah, I've been watching all the sort of Sonic Underground episodes, but the only ones I didn't watch is obviously the last one, but also this one. I always seem to keep on avoiding it. And rewatching it again, it's not terrible, but I'm also wondering, why exactly do I keep on skipping it?
It's a bit of a weird episode because it doesn't really flow well. Very often I don't understand people's motivations. One thing that confused me is Sonic and friends meet up with Max and his friends, and immediately start complaining that they steal. And then later you see them back in the car, hey, where can we drop you off? And then Max brings him to his hideout so that Sonic can complain about him stealing again because he shows off his loot. So I'm kind of what is your motivation? Why would you show that to Sonic? You know he's not going to approve. So it's kind of the writers have these beats they need to go to, and there's not really a logical rhythm to it. Oh well. Still, there was some fun parts of it. I kind of liked Dingo as the teenager. I kind of wonder if they just wrote an evil kid and then just later decided to make it Dingo. But sorry, Elise, what were you saying?
Oh no, I was just saying, It's seeing Dingo as Urchino was. So he shows again. He can be surprisingly competent. But,
Yeah.
Because Sleet was telling him what to say, but then he had to do all of the sleight of hand stuff himself.
Yeah, he did do a lot of tricks and all that. So it's got fun little details where he was like throwing things at Manic, and then he even steals a violin from one of the kids and starts throwing that as well. Juggling, I mean.
Yeah, juggling back and forth.
Little bits of mean-spirited jokes like that. I was like that.
It's like, not the violin! Do you know how expensive those things are?
Yeah, I was kind of cringing as well, especially when they later drop it. It's like, oh no, they're gonna be in trouble with the music. But I guess the violin survived it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
In that one screenshot you took, yeah.
Clunk. But yeah, I was cringing as well. 'Cause, oh no, the violin, no. Oh well.
Should have made a more satisfying noise when it landed.
Yeah, no, just sound effects is a bit weak, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh well.
Yeah, and the reason why the Duke had to pay his taxes, he's trying to keep Robotnik off his back because he's also doing secret work for the Resistance.
Yes, indeed. But yeah, well, was kind of wondering about how much money he pays, because yeah, you see this giant room filled with treasure. So like Sal already says how he's gonna pay for next year's taxes, because indeed you see that like, okay, he can't pay that only once. After that, I can't imagine you get so much money back in the next year.
Unless you're like in the business of something and like
Probably.
paying and
He's in like STEM work.
He's an arms dealer.
Wouldn't surprise me.
You have to do something to get that much amount of money every year.
Yeah, well, he's shown to like have a lot of like high tech, like security and stuff. So I'm wondering if that's what he's in, like
possibly. And his outfit looks like a superhero outfit. Maybe he's a hero or something.
Yeah, looking like a retired superhero.
Yeah.
It kind of does, yeah.
I suppose he even sounds like a retired superhero at some points.
Kind of reminds me of Mermaid Man, yeah, from SpongeBob.
Oh yeah.
Oh no.
Just having sound like evil.
There you go.
Just like pointing at like, Sonic and friends for like presumably stealing all the treasure, and he's like, evil, take it away.
There you go, perfect. Yeah, little details. I love the little Robotnik ornament, especially the pose he has. That's so funny.
Like, yeah, just pointing like, gotta go fast.
There you go, perfect.
Nah, he's like, ooh, something shiny. Yeah.
Destroy that.
Yeah. Like, it was just like, charge!
It almost looks like he's ice skating in some ways.
It's a really fun pose, yeah.
Because, let's be honest, you wouldn't normally see him just doing that sort of pose in real life. Not unless it's like involving food, maybe.
Yeah. There's my chocolate-covered hard-boiled eggs.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm sorry, that sounds gross.
No.
Something only Robotnik would love.
Only a genius can see its genius.
There's one thing that with Max that kind of bothered me. The spiky haired dude. Am I the only one who thinks that he kind of looks like the younger brother of that one gal from the previous episode with the polka dots and whatnot?
Yeah.
Now that you mention it.
Yeah, the hairstyle just kind of makes me think of her for some reason.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's the hair color. Yeah.
Yeah. Unless they were actually siblings.
Yeah.
They got separated to buy the time lying in a wait. Back on the ground.
Nah, she just disowned him. Yeah, I have no brother. Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah. Sad violin tune plays as it slowly zooms in on a sad Max face.
I also love how Assassin's Creed he is, even though this episode predates that game. Like, I was climbing the rooftops and all that. Like, whoa, looks like animated Assassin's Creed here. Awesome.
Small part of me is though wondering like what sort of animal species he is, because even when I was checking on the Sonic Wiki about it, that even they didn't know.
Probably just the Donald Duck universe dog people. Just the human with the dog nose.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that as well, especially considering the sort of name he has, because I feel like Max is somewhat of like a dog's name in some cases.
Yeah, so that's what I go for. Yeah, the typical.
Well, also, Max from Disney, you know, Goofy's son, like, you know, he's a dog as well.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Yeah, Max and Max. Yeah.
It's a real dog's name then. Oh well.
Yeah. Max from Sonic Underground versus Max from Disney versus Max from Sam and Max.
Oh well, we know who's gonna win that one. Only one psychopath rabbit. Yeah, go ahead, Sella.
Looking at both Max and Mindy side by side, they actually really look alike. Same hair color, same skin color, similar noses, even similar ears.
Yeah,
he might just actually be like her brothers separated at birth.
Either that or the father's been having an affair.
Ooh.
Or
Getting friendly with the milkman or something.
Or maybe he was kidnapped as a kid, or...
Yeah.
It was the rat again!
Oh my!
So it's just the fact, like, when I was saying, like, the father could have had an affair, and the Melting Man says, "Oh yeah, with the milkman." I was like, "What?"
No, I mean, like, he is the milkman. I got friendly with, delivering milk to the ladies, and that's what I meant.
Yeah, it's just funny still.
Although, I don't know. Mindy and her father said they were joining the resistance, so I don't know. Maybe they would adopt him because he said he was going to be a freedom fighter.
Could be. Actually, I looked up Mindy. She has more of a yellowy skin color, while he has more of a brown one, so they're not quite exactly the same. I think she's kind of meant to be Asian, even though the hair doesn't work there. But they said she was from East Mobius or something.
Well, maybe their mother has yellow skin, and that's why, takes it after her mother and takes it after her father. Oh, no, wait, the father has yellow skin, yeah.
Or maybe they were just sick that month. Can relate.
Like everyone.
Or maybe it's just a coincidence.
Yeah, probably coincidence. Just a general art style they're going for, I suppose. Oh, well. But yeah, back to this episode. Yeah, anything else?
Oh, yeah. Let me pull up my notes.
But yeah.
One thing that really... Oh, sorry, Ewan, go ahead, yeah.
It's fine. Never mind. No worries.
One thing that really made me laugh is when the kids get attacked by the lasers, they don't really run away. They keep standing still. I mean, they dodge the lasers, but then they keep standing in the same location. It really made me laugh. It looked really awkward. Like, it's only when Sonic opened a portal and had to suck them through the hole just to make them get away there. Because otherwise, they would just keep standing there. Oh, they're shooting at me. Huh? Like, it's just a game of dodgeball. Yeah, go ahead, at least.
Surprisingly, this is supposed to be like a mock attack, where they're trying to get them to retreat so he can have some time to talk to Urchino. But this is one of the few times where the SWAT bots actually almost hit their targets. Like Sonic has to dodge and jump to avoid them. So this is one of the few times where they are actually on point with their targets.
Yeah.
It turns out the SWAT bot's gun settings have just been reversed this whole time.
That explains it.
They've been firing warning shots this whole time.
But seriously, the staging of the scene made me laugh so hard. I mean, look at the screenshot down where Sonic is dodging a laser while everyone else is casually in conversation. And it's not just a single screenshot. Oh, hi, Luke. That's not a single moment. That's 10 seconds long. This really made me laugh. They're right in the middle of a gun battle and just oh, well, let's go here. Okay. And all the other kids just keep standing in the same location as well, just barely dodging. It was really funny how it was set up. But yeah,
one funny thing about that screenshot you've got is Sonya. This is a problem that persists into the next episode for some reason. Sonya is very smiley in these episodes.
Someone intoxicated her with Joker gas.
I guess.
I'd argue it's even worse in the next episode.
Yeah.
But right, we should acknowledge Luke for a bit. Sorry, Luke, who got us at a bad moment.
No, it's all right. The episode's finally finished, and I thought it was very good. I thought what they did with a certain scene was very unique.
We'll talk about Doctor Who for a moment now, for the confused listeners. Yes, you enjoyed Doctor Who, the new episode, the finale?
Yes. Yeah, I thought it was pretty good. It has a very interesting enemy. Thought it was done very well. They seem to have made UNIT a lot more like S.H.I.E.L.D. now, because they got this base that's exactly the same as the Avengers Tower.
Oh, wow. All right.
I've been hearing about the specials. Like, one that caught my attention was that they decided to bring back a villain from like way back in like the first Doctor's era with the Celestial Toymaker. I think.
Yes, that is that villain. Yeah, he was done really well there. And at the end, as I've said, they've done a certain scene in a very different and unique way, which I will not spoil.
All right, fair enough.
Well, since this is the third special, does that mean we get to see the regeneration to the next Doctor?
Yeah, possibly. Maybe.
Yeah, I guess I'll have to find time to get on Disney Plus to watch those specials now.
Yes, and we will get a Christmas special this year as well. I think this is the first Christmas special in a very long time.
Oh, neat.
Right, so let's bring up to speed then about... you're talking about the first Underground episode, are you?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
With the pickpockets and the masquerade ball. What were your thoughts on this episode?
I thought it was very all right. It's sort of like based on like Victorian London with the kid. I've forgotten his Max or something. He's kind of a bit.
Yeah, Max.
Yeah, I think he's done a bit like the Artful Dodger with Manic learning about like thinking about like his thieful ways and like how they should like not steal so much. And it's I thought it was written all right.
Alrighty. Luke's seal of approval, but not for the music. But we'll talk about
I do
that.
also like how they put some attention on Manic in this episode. I really like Manic, as you know. So
Yeah, it's really his theme with the pickpockets. So he got
Yeah, I'm starting to appreciate Manic more. Like back then when I first marathon the show, I was like, but now it's like, oh yeah, I do like this guy. You know, he has his own charm and everything. Yeah.
It's a nice energy, yeah. And it's kind of sad to see him in jail. Poor guy.
yeah, but then of course you remember during the Wedding Bell Blues where he was able to get himself out by picking the lock, whereas in this one he doesn't.
Probably because he's too mentally shaken, I guess.
Yeah.
He's depressed.
I also
Well, also it's like if he did escape, then you know what, that would probably
Make him more
know,
guilty.
cement that he's more guilty. So
Yeah, I imagine they probably must have searched him before putting him in the cell. You know, just to make sure it's like, have you got anything else with you? No? Anything else? I'll take away this paperclip then.
The only thing I do
Yeah.
find interesting is, aren't Sonic and Friends already outlaws because they're enemies of Robotnik? So this whole scenario is already kind of weird. It's like, oh, you're already
Oh my
outlaws, but now
God.
you're arrested on top of that.
Yeah, and then they just let Sonic and Sonic go.
Even though they're already wanted by Robotnik anyway, yeah.
Yeah.
that is true.
How did I not consider that?
I suppose it's just like, you know, just it's like Sleep wanting to paint them in a sort of more negative light towards the people. So basically,
Yeah.
you know, to turn their back on, it's like, they stole from us? How dare they?
Good point, good point. It's more mental warfare than legal.
Yeah. Oh, one other interesting thing. This is one of the few times where you actually see Sonic without his gloves.
Yes, exactly.
Indeed, so enjoy, I guess.
He pretty much has like flesh-colored arms, full flesh-colored arms.
Yeah, so his hands are also the same color,
Yeah.
which makes sense.
I mean, it's kind of a no-brainer. Like with his arms being tan, you'd think that his hands would also be tan as well.
Yeah.
You never know, but yeah, here's confirmed. At least for the Sonic Underground incarnation. Of course, it
Yeah.
can be different for all the other incarnations.
Well,
I guess
In,
apparently, though, according to a Twitter takeover with the cast, apparently their gloves are stuck to their hands. You can't get them off.
Glued.
well, we know at least in Sonic Unleashed that Sonic's hands are tan.
Oh, really? Oh, well,
Really?
Yeah,
of
because
Werewolf.
when he first transforms, you see his gloves rip off.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, my.
Yeah, I remember that now.
A rare look into the kitchen, yeah.
And no one gets half the battle.
There you go. Right. Anything else to say about this episode?
Well, I have noticed that when Dingo is in his street urchin form, he doesn't have that Australian accent.
Yeah, for a bit I was kind of wondering if they didn't have the voice actor of Dingo, because whenever he was regular Dingo, he barely talked, and when he was a kid, he clearly had a whole different voice. Although later on he does talk, so I guess I was wrong.
I suppose I also find it funny that he looks exactly like Dingo, but they don't put it together. Like, oh, this is a different person who has the same color, skin color, has glasses, hair color. No, this is a completely different person.
Look, he's wearing a blue top.
Yeah.
And
Dingo doesn't wear a shirt.
He likes to show his bulging muscles.
Exactly, yeah.
Well, also, he doesn't have his gloves.
Yeah, just bracelets. Yeah.
So he puts his gloves on. It's like, oh, it's Dingo.
The perfect disguise.
Kind of reminds me of like this one episode of What We Do in the Shadows, where one of the vampires, Laszlo, has to go into hiding, so disguise himself by wearing this toothpick. So when he was discovered, he takes the toothpick off, and it's like, oh, it's you.
Amazing.
Always fun.
Oh, by the way, if you watch Max, he plays the spoons.
Yeah.
Oh, really? Right from the intro from with Manic? But
Yeah, he pulls out like the pair of spoons.
All right, that's fun.
Well, at least he knows how to, make musical instruments, tunes out of two things that you would use to eat with.
Mm-hmm.
Well, so did Manic. In the intro, you see him play with spoons as well. But when he was a baby, anyway.
Yeah.
Also, the seventh.
Well, a spoon and a fork, but
Yeah.
What was it, Luke?
I was going to say the seventh Doctor plays the spoons.
Yeah. By using his
Doctor, and of course Curly from the Three Stooges.
I was going to say now I'm thinking of Curly from Disorder in the Court when they're playing that song.
Yeah, it's kind of funny. It doesn't really happen that much. It's just in that short, and violent is the word for Curly. I think that was the other time he did play the spoons.
Don't want to recycle the same joke too many times, I guess. Well, I guess we're finished with this episode. So it's time.
Just one more thing. Like, there's a screenshot where Sonic and Max are talking to each other, and Sonic looks a bit weird with a side face and an arm just dangling off.
Yeah, he looks cattywampus.
Very strange word.
Did you put the screenshot somewhere? Because I'm not sure what you're talking about.
I think you put it in the chat. Yeah, in the live stream planning.
Oh boy. I can have
Hang
to
on.
look.
I'm just looking.
Here we go.
Yeah, there it is.
It does look pretty goofy.
Yeah, I put it in the live chat.
Thank you. It's indeed funny looking, but then again, I'm not in a position to make fun of that because my Sonic's so horrible as well.
Oh, yeah. Sonic's broken arm. Yeah.
Dislocated shoulder.
Here's from all that guitar playing, I tell you.
Still better than I can draw, anyway. Alrighty, then we'll move on.
I think just one more thing. I think this was based off of New Orleans because, they have the Masquerade Ball and their costumes are kind of reminiscent of Mardi Gras, and also they have Cajun music. So that's the kind of vibe I got from it. Anyway, I could be mistaken, but
I thought because due to the architecture, like the stairs and the street urchins, I thought it was like based on old London town.
Could be all kinds of it. At least the episode does have a very unique flavor.
Especially in the very first shot, when you see the sweeping buildings, it sort of looks like London.
Yeah, it does have a European feel to it, indeed. Man, who knows? It's a fantasy world. It can be a combination of all of them.
Yeah.
But yeah, this episode definitely has a very unique feel to it, so that's nice. Even though this is supposed to be Robotropolis, or is this a different city?
Totally different city.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I would say it looks more French.
Oh yeah.
Like, if I can say that.
It was
for France,
drawn-
but then again, I've never been to Europe, so I can't say for sure. But
Hard to say for me, too. But yeah, but the towers and the wooden beams, I get a German feel, but also British. Yeah. It's a fantasy
I get
world. Let's not worry about it.
yeah, I get a bit of a Notre Dame feel. Or, from the Hunchback of Notre Dame. I kind of get that feeling when I look at this.
Sure. I see what you mean, yeah.
That would also explain, like, the... yeah. I mean, that would also explain the, the masquerade balls and stuff.
Sure, although I associate that more with Italy, with the Venice and all that. We're all over the place. It's the entirety of Europe, all crammed into one town. How nice. But yeah,
And for the record, I looked it up, and Cajun music is actually called Zydeco, which I knew of that word, I just didn't know it was referring to music.
Zydeco.
Zydeco. Zydeco.
another thing learned. That's nice.
Yeah, that's cool.
Indeed.
Might as well.
Quick shout out to ZEZ in the comments.
Thank you.
For his $10 donation.
Oh, really?
Just-
Thank you.
Hey.
Discovered the Sonic Dissected series thanks to Jay's reviews, and I've been enjoying the first several chapters. Thank you very much.
Oh,
I know Jay's reviews. I watch his videos. He's a really good reviewer.
He's
I believe
pretty
that's
awesome.
also.
What
I
is
believe
it?
that's also Sonic. That's also Sonic Speed Z31 on Twitter. He followed us recently
Ah,
Yeah.
and tweeted out specifically to you and Luke, but not to
oh,
me.
I remember, yes. Nope.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, you're...
It's like, not me.
You only watched the first couple Dissecteds where you barely made appearances yet.
Yeah.
You didn't come in until episode 10, I think.
Yep. That was the Q&A episode.
Yeah.
Where you had that bag of letters dropped on your head.
I was just carrying it, and it was too heavy for even Cafeteria to hold.
And
Yeah,
the
'cause
Luke
they're
slaps you. At one point, I do remember that. Just because you
Yeah.
disagreed.
Yep.
No, I thought it was Roger that slapped him. Yeah.
It was definitely my favorite joke of that episode. Was just I disagree, slap. I agree completely.
Yeah.
Silliness. Gotta love it. Anyway.
Back.
Yeah, go ahead, Melting.
Never mind. No.
You wanted to talk about your first episode?
Nah, skip it.
Alrighty, then let's go to the next Underground episode. Which I don't remember the name and didn't put it here. I'm stupid.
Tangled Webs.
Yeah.
Tangled Webs, there we go. Anyone wants to do synopsis? Or it's my turn, I suppose. Anyway, we get to see a dramatic SWAT bot factory where the robots are being made. It's kind of cool. I think this is the first time you see this. It's pretty awesome. Anyway, Sonic and friends are looking on a distance and apparently have a brand new invention, some sort of virtual reality drone machine. Oh, so they're pretty early on that. Where they can have little flying machines flying around controlled by a virtual reality system. In this case, operated by Sonia, that flies into the factory and to destroy a bunch of things. So they take down one factory. Meanwhile, back in the Rebellion location, it's the first time you see the Rebellion base, which looks like a carnival or a bar or something. It's kind of funny. You see a bunch of characters. Sonic is hanging out, and suddenly an old friend, or at least someone he used to know, suddenly talking to him. I forgot his name.
Cyrus.
Cyrus, there we go. Suddenly talks to him because he has some business proposition to make. Anyway, meanwhile, Robotnik is yelling and angry because all his factories are gone, and suddenly I realize it's the first episode Robotnik even shows up in the show, right? Because we've seen him before in the... What was that, Ewan?
Well, it's been like a few episodes since he's actually been involved, because the last time we saw him, he was in the in like a dream sequence.
Oh right, yeah, it was in a dream sequence, but this is the first time in a very long time we see him actually in person. I'm kind of surprised how little he shows up in the show. But right, we finally have a Robotnik episode again. He's very angry. His factory is broken down, and they're looking at security camera, and somehow Dingo immediately recognizes that Sonia controlled the drone, so very impressive eyesight from him. I guess.
Yeah, through apparently it's like he saw her eyes through the screen on the machines.
Yeah, I guess. Very interesting look, but yeah, apparently the drone does reflect her eyes back from her sunglass, I guess. But yeah, so...
But doesn't she have the same eye color as Manic and Sonic and every other Mobian?
Pretty much. Also, I really love their face expressions here. But anyway, yeah, so Robotnik wants to take them down. Anyway, Sonia and Manic are doing another attack, but Sonic doesn't show up because he's too busy talking to Cyrus. So Dingo and Sleek get the jump on them, and they both get captured. So they start yelling at him, but of course Sonic comes to the rescue and immediately knocks him down, showing yet again that Sleet and Dingo are completely useless in terms of physical threats. Sony's pretty strong here, can also throw down whole SWAT bots, is pretty awesome. But yeah, Luke wanted to show off how horrible Sonic looked like in this screenshot. It looks like a weird balloon.
Oh yeah, I think I know which one you mean, even though it's not up for me yet.
Yeah, Fat Sonic.
You're the Fat Sonic.
Well, he did just have a chili, doing like several chili dogs, so...
Yeah, that one, like...
Full of calories, yeah.
Yeah, I'm getting bloated from that one chili dog he had.
Yeah, the animators just wanted to give a little present for the people in front of Fraternity or into this fetish, I guess.
Balloon!
Sorry, bad jokes. Anyway, yeah, so Sonic finally comes in and starts sabotaging the second robot factory. He even swing around like Tarzan, it's pretty awesome. Dingo and Sleet running around in panic. And the whole building explodes, so well done, and again. They go back to the Resistance base where Cyrus starts talking to them again. And Sonia is very angry at Sonic because, he ruined their plan by constantly improvising and not taking it seriously. But yeah, while Cyrus is constantly looking suspiciously evil because, oh no, he's a spy and he's listening to, he's eavesdropping on them, and Robotnik's listening on to them. And they happen to talk about Sanctuary today, which Robotnik never heard about, so he's immediately very interested. So he wants Cyrus to prove himself to be more of a hero and a friend to Sonic, so he's sending in a fake attack, so SWAT bots start jumping in through the walls, so that Cyrus can show off how cool he is and start fighting back. So that Sonic trusts him more, even though they were already friends. I'm not sure why this necessarily, but oh well, a little extra help, I suppose. Anyway, Sonic is really overpowered here, just beating down giant trucks and everything but on his own, so kind of makes SWAT bots and everyone pretty much a joke as a threat. So I'm kind of wondering why they can't just take Robotnik down all the time anyway, why this show is going on for so long, if they can so easily take everyone down, but whatever. Anyway, so they finally go to Sanctuary where Cyrus learns the horrible truth. It's actually a place where they keep their children safe. So he immediately regrets eavesdropping on them, and he's breaking the signal so Robotnik can't listen anymore. But it's already too late. Robotnik already knows where they are. So we get to see the...
No, he doesn't. Well, he doesn't, because he asks Sleet to send him the coordinates. But Sleet is like, coordinates? In other words, they didn't record it. So they don't know where Sanctuary is.
That's a good point. Sorry.
Yeah.
We get to see the doofy-looking children, which makes me laugh how they look. And they have a little song where Sonic eats the flower. Just
yeah.
We'll talk about it later, I suppose.
That's a pretty popular... Yeah, that's a popular scene that people love to take out of context.
I can imagine, yeah.
What popular scene?
I don't know if it's like based on Ozzy Osbourne eating a bat or something.
This is
They do, but it's like now that you put up that screenshot, they do kind of look like the Fur Fighter kids.
Yeah, especially the one to the right, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I love those derpy faces. I was a soft spot for that.
Yeah, derpy Teddy Ruxpin.
Anyway, yeah, so they're making a new plan so they can attack save Cyrus's dad because... wait, I'm kind of lost. Did he already explain that his dad was in trouble? I think so.
He explained that his dad was being held captive by Robotnik and he's forcing him to make him a portable roboticizer machine.
Yes, so they're planning now to rescue him, which they're gonna use their new virtual reality drones for again. So they set up a plan. Anyway, it's a trap. The father is actually a hologram, and Sonic immediately gets captured. And so anyway, he doesn't get captured, but he can barely get away alive. He can barely get away. But somehow Manic, Sonia, and Cyrus are taking capture off screen. Kind of a bit of a jarring cut. I was kind of wondering if they deliberately did that or something was part of their plan. But oh well. But yes, somehow they're captured, and Sonic discovers that later on. And there, Cyrus learns that his dad was already roboticized. I think it's implied Robotnik roboticized him as punishment for Cyrus breaking his promise to him. So that's kind of dark. So he actually gets fully punished for his good deeds.
Well, he did say no good deed goes unpunished.
Yeah, that's exactly it. So it's implied he did it deliberately as punishment. So that's pretty dark.
Well, it could also be implied that when they set up the deal on day one, he already roboticized his father and just didn't tell Cyrus about it.
That's definitely also possible. I mean, it is Robotnik after all.
That's a common villain tactic, yeah.
But if it was actually a punishment for him helping people out, it's kind of a really dark turn because it makes a very weird moral. But
yeah, it's actually kind of similar to that one episode of Sonic Saturday with Ari doing that whole bit for like, okay, I delivered Sonic, now hand me my freedom fighters. Oh, sure, and brings them out already roboticized.
Yep, that's Robotnik. And definitely darker here because here nobody ever gets cured, like Sonic Saturday. But oh well. So he screams epically. But and he starts kicking the robot, which kind of amused me.
I guess because the robot stepped on his foot, and that's why he was yelling.
I was a soft spot for these scenes where someone is just helplessly kicking an enemy or to just stand there. But anyway, yes, go ahead, yeah.
I freaking love Cyrus' scream because like it comes out of nowhere. He's like staring at this hologram for a few seconds, completely unfazed, and then just immediately. Ah!
I can imagine him having a stream off with Chopper.
Yeah, it's like he forgot his line for a minute. It's like, oh wait, I'm supposed to scream.
I can't imagine it takes a moment to have to wait the situation sink in. Poor guy. But anyway, yeah, Sonic is still out there, so he sends in the drones, and immediately start melting and destroying everything, and Robotnik looks really sad, and I feel sorry for him. No, I don't. So, and then he sends the drones right in front of Robotnik, Sleet and Dingo, where they can kill them any moment. So they kind taunt him for a moment and walk off. And yet again, I'm wondering why is the series not over here? You can pretty much kill them right now, but no well.
Yeah, those drones are so OP.
Yeah, pretty much.
Especially since like they're currently like motion activated. As long as Robotnik, Sleet, and Dingo stay still, they won't shoot. And when they finally do shoot, they shoot flour.
Yeah.
If Sonic can use live rounds, this would be over.
That's what I was thinking. This could have ended like right then and there if they didn't sick the drones that had the flour on them.
Yep.
And also like, you guys wasted a chance here. Why?
Even if it was a
it's a kid's show. We can't show actual living beings getting shot in the head.
Yeah, but why do you write yourself in a corner like that? Oh well. But anyway, yeah, so everyone's kind of happy they escaped, except for Cyrus because he realizes his dad is gone. So, and then we get another wonderful moment where the animators forget to make the character sad, and Manic is just staring with a giant smile, looking at Cyrus being depressed.
Yeah.
You suck. Oh no.
Awkward animation. Oh well. But yeah, that was this episode. So, any thoughts?
I thought it was a pretty good episode with Cyrus, and we get to see properly like the Resistance, where it just has like animal characters and weird-looking Star Wars creatures, and also there are a lot of off-model and animation errors. Like there was a part where Sleet was wearing this controlling helmet, then in one shot it was gone, then another shot it was back, then another shot it was gone, and there was another weird shot where we cut over to Sonic. And he apparently has no arms, so he looks a bit like Rayman. And also, you can see, I think you can see one of his arms, but that way it makes his arms look really gangly. But other than that, it's not too bad.
Yeah, I thought it was a decent episode, getting our introduction to Cyrus, which we'll be seeing a few more times in the series. But recently I just realized there's one bit of dialogue that kind of threw me off, and that was when they're heading over to Sanctuary, and Sonya explains, this is where we keep our children safe. Like, she says our children, not, like, people's children. I'm like, what are you implying exactly? You guys have sex or something?
Our is
Yeah. I mean, if you said their children, it's like, okay, like people that lost their parents and keep them safe. Okay, I get it. But no, it's our children.
She's talking in the name of the resistance, you little...
Yeah. She should have said the children and not our kids.
Yeah.
She definitely worded it wrong.
Yeah, the kids of Mobius, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You smarty pants, you pedantic little creature.
Oh no.
But yeah, even though we can make fun of the animation a lot, I do love the episode. There's some great face expressions occasionally. Like, I love, like, they have a split second of Dingo being in love with his tongue hanging out. That made me really laugh. Robotnik angry. There's some really awesome face expression in this episode. So yeah, as much as the art sucks sometimes, it's also pretty awesome.
Yeah.
And also, like, Sonya smiles way too much in this episode.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
Like, there's that moment where she's talking to Manic, and like, Jalil's voice acting, it's like she's being stern, but throughout the whole like conversation she's having with Manic about following the plan before Manic goes in to do his own thing, she's smiling the whole time.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, I got a question. Who animated this?
I guess she just thought of something funny and just couldn't get it out of her head.
But yeah, even that one screenshot of like where she gets captured by Dingo and she's like a bit too happy that she got kidnapped by him.
Oh, my hero. Yeah.
If you see the screenshot out of context, you think, yeah, this is two lovers reuniting again. Yay!
But yeah, as I mentioned, like everyone just seems to keep smiling a lot when they get captured. It's like, yay, we got captured! Definitely wonder why they just kept doing that, unless it was just like someone over in the animation department just felt like, do you know what? I'll just draw them being cheerful that they got captured for a change. That might
Maybe they were having a bad day.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Probably, yeah.
I've also noticed early in the episode where Sonic's at the Resistance base and he's eating a hot dog, I noticed he's got very tiny arms.
Yeah. Also, there being like a "Where's Wally" type moment that happened, or "Where's Waldo," as you might call it.
Oh yeah.
With like Queen Alina just apparently just being in the background, like
Yeah,
not
she
wearing
just-
a cloak or anything. She's just in a royal gown.
Yeah,
and stuff.
she just casually shows up in the Resistance and nobody points it out.
I never noticed that.
Yeah. Hold
I
on.
didn't notice that either. No.
Hold on. I
Yeah.
actually did a screen cap of it quickly.
Oh my
I didn't do
gosh.
well
Like,
with it. But it's just like funny of like, why is she there?
oh, I see it. I see her.
Yeah, she's just casually
There it is.
standing there like, oh, hi, guys.
Left it in the life.
Oh, wow.
Just there.
I mean, to be fair, she does constantly show up randomly. So I
Yeah,
guess
she does like quietly trail.
Oh my gosh.
I can imagine like in every episode she's like quietly hiding in the background.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's like the few times she doesn't bother like wearing that cloak. It's like, oh, hey, the Sonic and the Gang founder. Okay, show's over.
Yeah.
Indeed.
They are now the Council of Four.
But yeah, as much as we make fun of it, there's some parts I actually genuinely like. There's like a part where Sonic eats like a tofu chili dog and spits it out. And there's like this quick cut where he spits it is exactly into like a Robotnik target. Like, I love these little details like that. You could have just animated it. You could have spit it out just generally off screen, but the fact he actually hits like a Robotnik target. It's like, I love these little details like
Oh,
that.
by the way, that's the tofu dog joke that
Yep.
Sala alluded to in the Halloween episode.
Ah, indeed. All right.
Yeah. So now we know at least there's one pig that isn't a mass murderer.
Well, Sonic doesn't approve. Only Sonya does.
Yep.
And I love the fact they made like a whack Robotnik arcade game.
Oh, and once again, the chili dog vendor is a Mobian pig.
Of course.
Yeah.
I've also started in mind with the Whack-A-Robotnik game that the model for Robotnik does look a lot different.
Yeah, he does. With a weird orange bag under him, or a red bag under him, like it's a big tongue sticking out or something.
Yeah, it's supposed to be a tongue.
Like he's got a bigger moustache and like black eyes.
Yeah. Who knows? Maybe it's like an earlier beta version as a little in joke or something.
And also, you notice they take robotic parts as trophies.
Yeah.
Oh, really? No, that's awesome.
Yeah, when Sonic, Sony, and Manic first show up, Sonic like holds up the torso of a SWAT bot as a trophy.
Oh, right, yeah, that's right, yeah.
Then they hang him on the wall.
Yeah.
Yep. With all the others.
Well, that's why he later
They
also
have a
makes that
bigger
joke.
collection.
Later where he does destroy all those robots, he also says, oh, that's what I call art. So then he did deliberately. Oh, that's nice.
Yeah. Only 12 more thousand pieces to collect, and we can build our own camouflage army.
I wonder if that's what those pieces were used for in the Egyptian episode.
Oh yeah, when they disguise themselves, yeah.
Yeah.
Because that episode definitely takes place after this one, because Cyrus is the one who made the disguises.
Ah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now we know. Now I know who that was. All right.
Exactly.
Cool. Good to know.
But yeah, like I did. Just it is funny, like seeing that Cyrus just like going expression, because you could literally just put any sound effect to it in a way, and then you'd be like.
Like what?
Why am I too high pitched? But it just didn't.
Yeah.
Oh, so that's. I didn't realize that happens but basically just like singing like his lungs like, "We'll always love you," but higher pitched.
Holy shit! Yeah.
Either that, or he literally just stubbed his toe on the most ridiculous thing ever. Just like,
Yeah. Yeah, or the SWAT bot stepped on his foot, and that's why he's constantly kicking at it.
Mm.
I think it was Robotnik who did that because he's like, "How dare you step on my foot? I'm gonna kick you with my bad foot."
Ow! Ow!
But I do kind of chuckle a little bit with how that SWAT bot just holds on to, like, Cyrus, just holding it like, "I really don't like touching this thing."
He considers Cyrus beneath him.
Indeed, yeah. He even has a bit of a smug face expression, as much as a robot can have a face expression, yeah. Filthy. Yeah, fun episode. Yeah, go ahead, Elise.
And about the little drones, one of my favorite moments with them was when Manic was first testing their coordinate function, where they would just go to the place where you put in the coordinates, and he 6-1 on Sonic when he's in the kitchen. Flower bombs him.
Oh yeah, that's where it got introduced.
Yeah, so it was. I will say it was foreshadowed, but at the same time, it's like this could have ended so much differently if you replaced the flower with lasers.
Or even the sleeping gas. They didn't have to kill them. It could have just captured them and thrown them in jail.
Yeah, so
Oh well.
it's like you squandered a good moment to capture, Eggman in this moment, but it's like we got to keep this going for several more episodes.
Pretty much.
And I do like that little gag when Sonia is giving Sonic the helmet to help him see the lasers. And at first he looks at it as if like, yeah, right. And then he walks away, but then he walks back up into frame and puts it on. I like that little fake out.
It's like, eh.
Ooh, shades.
That was a neat moment, yeah. And I love his smug face expression. That's also neat.
Yeah.
Really drawn.
Also, this episode has the second appearance, technically first, but second chronologically appearance of Trevor, who was in Harmony or something.
Yeah, the hippie guy.
The hippie dude.
The hippie.
Yeah, only had a cameo here, surprisingly.
I forgot he showed up again at all.
I'm not
Yeah, well,
sure.
he was the one who mentioned Sanctuary,
Oh,
so...
the weird big mouthed alien monster turned up again as well.
Oh yeah, he has
Oh,
a split
The one
second
who
cameo.
exploded? Oh, we
Yeah.
love him.
Yeah, it's a very split second cameo. Like I think it was the one where like they're packing things up and like the stuff they're giving to Sanctuary. And apparently one of the items they're giving to the kids is like this tiny SWAT bot toy.
Yes.
Oh. That's messed up.
Yeah. Oh hey Billy, here's the robot that killed your family now. Yay!
Here's your Nazi doll.
Oh no! That's awful.
One more
It's so
modern
messed up.
times. One more modern times, like, oh, here's a doll of that one terrorist guy.
Oh no.
Let's move on before you say more things that gets me kicked off YouTube, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, what are they gonna do? Demonetize us?
Yes, Luke, go ahead.
I was just trying to point out like the how strange some of the kids look, and also I've noticed that one of the girls kind of has adult body proportions.
Yeah, they keep doing that. It's very typical, yeah.
Yeah, that is kind of weird with the body proportions between like the Sonic and the gang and the kids living in Sanctuary. It kind of looks like it's a weird mixture, and then it just doesn't make sense. Like, yeah, okay, which one's the kids and which one's the older people? What?
Maybe they also qualify like young teenagers as kids, and that's why they kind of look more adulty. Or hey, they're alien animal creatures, so maybe their biology works differently than ours. Who knows? But yeah, it's kind
Then
of
again,
weird.
aren't Sonic, Sonya, and Manic teenagers technically?
Yes, they are. So
And also Cyrus is a teenager. Trevor's a teenager. So,
Maybe it's one of those instances like, oh, here's this like guy who's like what 12 feet tall or whatnot, but he's actually like 2 years old. Quite the growth spurt there.
who knows? Yeah. So, shall we move on to the music?
The music. Yeah, we're in
Oh,
for
yeah.
a treat this time.
Yeah.
I had a Mobius Idol that I still haven't gotten around to doing the title card for.
Well, don't worry, I've got this little
One
tune
day.
to bring it in. So here's a little tune to bring it in. There we go.
Mobius Idols! Woo!
Yeah.
Actually has a similar tune to that as well.
Yeah. Right, so starting with Let the Good Times Roll from Underground Masquerade. Are you ready?
Ready.
Ah, shit, I gotta find.
Ready.
Okay, I'm ready. Yeah.
Okay, I'll wait a bit for Mounting Man.
No, I'm ready. Yeah.
Okay, well, 3, 2, 1, go.
Then let the good times roll. Hey, come on, everybody, come and have some fun. Dance to the fiddle till the morning come. Put some Cajun go, just like down on the bayou. We got a drummer laying down a Cajun beat. Louisiana fiddle turn
Max, it's time.
Accordion sound so sweet, just like down on the bayou. Let's go. Come on, let the good times roll. Come on, let the music go. Tell everybody you know it's time to let go. Hey, come on, everybody, come and have some fun. Dance to the fiddle till the morning comes. Put stomach Cajun go, just like down on the bayou. Whoa, just like down on the bayou.
There you go. Let the good times roll.
Yeah. He even mentions Cajun Zydeco, so.
yeah, I mentioned New Orleans and Louisiana, so I think this is based on Mardi Gras.
All right, cool.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, you already made your opinion known, so I guess you just go first. What do you think?
Automatically throw me in the deep end, I suppose. Because I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, you want someone else to go first?
Well, I might as well just see what their opinion is.
All right, someone else first. Yeah, Liz, the optimist. What do you think?
I'll give it a 4. it's got a great beat, and I found myself kind of just tapping my foot, to it. Yeah, it's got a really great beat. It's something you can dance to. Maybe the lyrics are not as good as some of the others, but they're not bad either. So, yeah, I'll give it a 4. It's got a great beat.
All right.
And also, I like the additional instruments of the accordion and the violin. It does give it a very New Orleans Mardi Gras feel.
Yeah, I love additional instruments all the time. Melty, your thoughts?
Oh geez, I don't know. I'm pretty mixed about this. Like, yeah, it has a nice beat and everything, but then like the tone of the song in some parts, I don't know. It kind of feels a bit country in a way. Like in some parts, I feel like it's like, oh, the music's playing, time to break out the chicken dance. I don't know. That's kind of weird moment I have in some areas. So, I'd give it a 3. It's like it's not bad, just but not good either.
All right, fair enough. Sala, your thoughts?
All right, so I actually really do like it, but it's not great. It's awfully short. It doesn't do too much, but like it's harmless and it's fun. I was originally going to give it a 3, but I think I'm going to bump it up to a 4. It's all right.
It's also the only song that the characters really talk through it, so I guess even the makers of the cartoon didn't really like the song much. Huh. Still, I also kind of liked it. I always like it when there's more varied instruments to it. It gives a lot of more richness to it. And it sounds derpy, and I love derpy sounds, so I'll give it a 4. Luke, your opinion.
It's time for our Simon Cowell. Yeah.
I'm sorry, but I was going to be really cruel and give it a 1, but I thought...
Hey, if you want to give it a 1, give it a 1.
Yes, I'll give it a 1. I don't like this song. Because I was expecting it being a Mardi Gras, I thought, or Masquerade Ball, I thought it was going to be something a bit more, I don't know, a bit more grander, but then you get this weird polka hoedown.
Yeah, you're expecting something more like Phantom's Masquerade. Yeah, Masquerade.
Like Adam and the Ants. Charming, that sort of kind of song, but no, not for me.
Fair enough. Hey, just be honest with yourself and let us.
Yeah.
Dictate. But
Well,
yeah.
Ewan, everyone went.
Yeah.
Your turn now.
Yeah. Well, I suppose I might as well give it in the end, 2 points. I could have had it maybe 3 points if there wasn't so much noise going on that kind of almost drowned it out at times. But
Yeah, that's a good point.
it's not really my sort of song, really.
You don't like derpy music?
It's not, I don't think it's derpy though. It's just I don't know. Maybe it's just not that my kind of music that I would normally enjoy listening to.
Yeah, how would feature this music? It's like if I was captured by Robotnik and he would play this tune on a loop.
I thought that was we're all in this together.
No, this song really divided us. So
You gotta make
Oh, sorry, wrong one.
I won.
If you don't tell where the bass is, I'll put this song on.
But yeah, at the moment it's got combined total of 18 points.
not too shabby.
Yeah.
Yeah, better than I was expecting.
Yeah.
But now, talk about derpy.
Yeah.
Let's go to Let the Children Light the Way. Oh my. The really, the really cheesy one.
Oh man.
It's actually teach the children light the way with a comma. So it's even more lame.
I don't know, maybe I misspelt it or put in the wrong word again. It happens.
It
I
does.
think it just shows how much I care about the song that I can't be bothered to correctly name.
Oh no.
Oh boy.
The indignity. Anyway, everyone ready?
Ready?
Yep.
As red as will ever be.
3, 2, 1.
Nothing's quite as beautiful beautiful as the laughter of a child, or the wonder inside every little smile. Maybe love and hope and tenderness or laughter soon will leave. Children want a world to grow where they feel free. Teach the children light the way, help them make a better day. Show them how to help each other when they fall. Learning how to get along, to show love yet be strong. Help the children light the way for us all. Teach the children light the way, they deserve a better day. Show them how to help each other when they fall. Learning how to get along, to show love yet be strong. Help the children light the way for us all. Let the children light the way for us all.
Wow, that was something.
Yeah, never have to listen to it again.
Yeah. But also kind of like questionable as to, you know, like why does Sonic even have his guitar out when like there's not a little any
Yeah.
sort of guitar tune over during that?
Yeah, it is odd.
It's literally just keyboard and percussion, yep.
He's gonna. It's a magic guitar. I guess it makes different
Nah.
sounds.
Either that, or he's just like pretending to play. He's like, I got to, you know, I got to get the guitar at least once during this episode.
Exactly. Well, who's gonna start? So we start with Luke.
Okay. I'll give it a 3. I mean, it's all right. I mean, it's a bit on the cheesy side. It makes me think of what like a song you would make for charity to help the children.
Yeah.
It's
Heal
a song
the world.
there's a song they would probably that they would release to like, let's support the kids, give money to charity or something.
Sure. I can see what you mean. Sala, your thoughts?
Okay, so it's not a bad song by itself, but like, and like even in the context of this episode, it makes sense for them to play this kind of song. But oh my, it's a slog to listen to. It fits better in like something like Bear in the Big Blue House than Sonic Underground. It just does not fit on their discography. I give the song a 1.
Wow, going all the way, huh?
Yikes. Okay.
I do. I don't like it.
Yeah,
Fair
and
enough.
of course your
That's
facial
okay.
expression represents how you've truly felt about it, like it being such a slog that you wanted to kill yourself.
Exhausted.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Liz, bring in the optimism. What do you think?
Okay, I'm gonna give it a 3 for the song itself because it's inoffensive and the instrumentals are good, and Manic's little solo in it's like near the end, I bumped it up for me. However, the song by itself I give a 3, so that's my final score. But with the effects and everything surrounding it would bump it down to a 2. But as I said, I'm judging the song itself, so I give it a 3. I just don't like the effects that are all around it because it muddles the song, and I think that's what makes it a slog.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Shockingly, I'll give it a 4. I just love stupid, silly, derpy things. And then I love with the silly organ, the children laughter. This song just makes me laugh. I'm sorry. I love this. In a sarcastic way, I kind of love this. So, 4 from
I said it in our first episode, and I'll say it again. If that's your standard for judging, I think we got a bit of a problem. It's okay.
Hey, I judge how much I enjoy it, and it can be genuine or it can be sarcastic. That's equal to me.
That's true.
I can enjoy a lot of things in different manners. So, if I'm
Yeah,
having a
that's
good
okay.
time, I'm having a good time. So there you go.
Yeah, fair enough.
Melty, your thoughts?
Okay, at least now I don't feel alone about this. I'd give it a 4. Like, I think originally I might have been giving it a 3, but with how I don't know, I was just feeling really depressed earlier about some other things in my life. But yeah, none of that. But yeah, this song playing, I guess it just had the right moment. It's like, okay, I'll give it a 4. You know, sometimes I just need some nice cheesiness and has a nice slow beat to it. You know.
Mhm.
So yeah, you win. Yeah, you win this. Yeah, you win this song. You get a 4, and manage to cure my depression for the time being. Yeah.
Well, hey, that's the biggest compliment you can give a song. Hey, took my depression away for a bit. Right?
After this thing, I'm back to being mopey.
Yeah, I suppose for me, yeah, round of applause for the song for making Melty no longer depressed. But yeah,
The strange power of music.
yeah, easy music. But yeah, as for me, I'm gonna be the miserable sod and basically give it a 2 points because it's. I mean, understandable why it was played in terms of context and such, but I mean, admittingly though, I think the laughter just from the kids, like including the one laugh that had him go like type of noise, was just really awesome, made me burst out laughing, even though I didn't mute my mic. So it's just like, but yeah, for overall, I think it's more of a 2-pointer.
Fair enough. Well, it's a really divided episode.
Yeah, this song really ran the gambit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, total of 16 points out of a possible 30.
Yeah.
Let's see. I'm just.
16.
I'm just quickly doing my math. Like 10. Yeah, 16 points. So it's So currently, it's the lowest scoring song so far.
They haven't done too bad yet.
Yeah, none of them have dropped below 15.
But you never know in the future.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that does track to me. I would easily say this is the worst Sonic Underground song.
This is the worst of the whole series? Oh,
In my opinion, yeah.
fair enough.
Worst of the series so far.
Hey, with all the
No,
bad...
no, I distinctly remember whenever I would rewatch this series, I specifically was not looking forward to this song.
Okay.
Which is kind of a shame because it's in a what is a relatively pretty good episode.
Sure.
Yeah, it's a decent one. Yeah.
Alrighty, well, can only look up then. Or lower, in case of my love for sarcasm and silliness. But I'm sure we'll see a lot more cheese coming up. Alright, then we'll move on to Sonic Fleetway, I suppose. We have a bunch
But yeah,
of...
leading up to a lot of epic adventures for this time. Yeah.
Yeah, quite an epic series of adventures we have, indeed. Starting with Return of Porker already. So, anyone wants to do a synopsis?
I want to do it because this is a brilliant supersonic story.
Okay, there we go. Luke, fire off.
Okay, Sonic the Hedgehog running wild. This takes place in the floating island. Sonic meets up with Porker, wondering what's going on. And with Porker explaining what's happening with Knuckles having to deal with Dr. Zachary. Sonic just says that he's just here to see Porker because he just wants to see if he could rejoin the resistance against Robotnik. But Porker refuses because even though he feels like he's letting everyone down. But, I mean, Sonic is still a bit annoyed because, you know, Amy's been chewing him out and he's a bit annoyed with Amy. But then he hears a voice from one of the robot heads and he accidentally slips and falls into the hole near the Chaos Emeralds. This freaks out Porker because he knows what happens if you mix Fleetway Sonic with the Chaos Emeralds. The robot head turns up, he doesn't know what's going on, then everything goes all crazy and Porker has to hide because he knows that Super Sonic has returned and he just wants to destroy something. But he gets a name in his head and it turns out to be Amy. So he realizes he must go and kill Amy. So then we cut to a trooper ship just flying around, and it sees like something on the radar, and it turns out to be Super Sonic, who just goes by and completely obliterates it. Then we cut to Amy and Tails, who's practicing with the crossbow, and they're having a nice little chat. Then suddenly Johnny turns up and said that something is coming. It turns out to be Super Sonic arriving to take on Amy. And we go into here, and yep, so they're about to fight when Super Sonic goes and obliterates the carriage, and you've got Super Sonic going berserk, so they had to find some cover. But there's no escape from Super Sonic, who just blasts everything with his eye lasers and tries to kill them. But he he goes on a rampage, just going obliterating everything. But so he crashes into some rocks, but then he gets out again. So they have to hatch a plan. So they all hide behind a rock. So when Supersonic goes into like serial killer mode, then he sees a plane flying off, and he decides to use his eye lasers and destroys the plane, thinking that he's won, he's killed them, and so he laughs crazily like the Joker, and then he reverts back into Sonic, realizing that he might have straight up killed them all. And then we go into... Oh, yeah, this is a new part. Okay, so now we're cutting to a beat-up bar with a mysterious hooded person, with rumors going around that Sonic killed his own gang, and then he gets rumbled, and he gets under a lot of stress by all these thugs, and then Supersonic returns and destroys everything. And then we cut to Amy, Johnny, and Tails, who are all completely fine. And then Supersonic turns up again and says, "Oh, you're alive. I'm going to have to kill you a second time." And then Amy says, "No, we can. You got to listen. You got to fight yourself." And says, "No, I'm going to kill you all." And then Tails reveals that he's got a star post there, and Supersonic Tails has to keep Supersonic occupied whilst where Amy fires an arrow at the star post, which activates it, sucking Supersonic, making him go all crazy. And well, actually, it looks like then Supersonic reverts back into normal Sonic again. Turns out, apparently, all the Emerald energy has been sent into the special zone. Is that they've been separated, and apparently Supersonic might still be alive in there. So even though they've been separated, Supersonic is still hiding trapped in the special zone. The end.
The end. Yeah, that's a pretty dramatic story. Also, this is the first time I noticed that Johnny has like a picture of Sonic on his jacket. It makes me laugh because Sonic looks so derpy.
Yeah, because he's part of the Sonic fan club. I also want to point out in issue 80 that the whole beginning part was actually adapted into an animated short that was, I think, was shown at one of the Summer of Sonic conventions.
I remember that.
No, in issue 80 with Porker and Sonic at the Emerald Temple, and Sonic turning into Supersonic.
I don't remember that, but that's awesome.
Yeah, I vaguely remember that. I think I stumbled upon like a separate video of just that animation years ago. Yeah.
Huh. All right. Cool. But yeah, that was a shocking moment where Sonic is nice to Porker for a change. Yeah, even though he really just tells him to shut up about the story. Jerk. No, I care about you. Just going to check out on you. Like, okay, I don't trust you. You're probably something behind it. You're always a dick.
I guess he's still trying to be. Nicer to Poker after shit talking to him about leaving the group.
I guess so.
And yet, for some reason, he's still wearing the jacket despite him leaving it behind.
Yeah, that's a good point. I guess the artist forgot about it. Or Porker has just a million of those jackets.
No, maybe that's like the only piece of clothing he has.
he left it dramatically behind and immediately had to come back because it was cold.
Yeah. Because he didn't like the raincoat in the his one-off appearance in the Knuckles story.
I guess so. Yeah.
I need my clothes back. I don't like being naked. And Sonic's like, wuss. I run naked all the time. Whee!
But yeah, this is the first time I see Supersonic like full blown as the bad guy. Like in all the previous stories where he showed up, there's usually like a big robotic plot going on where you still have to focus on. But this time, there's nothing else to distract him. It's just Supersonic trying to kill everyone. So,
yeah, he's pretty much like the Sonic equivalent of Carnage in this comic.
Yeah, pretty much. And intense, jeez. But is this really the end of their carnival little wagon? That's
it got completely destroyed.
Never shows up again.
Rest in peace, Bobby Circus.
And suddenly Supersonic has eye lasers.
Yeah, that's a new one.
He's that powerful.
But
Yeah, this is a more powerful Sonic. Yeah, go ahead, Ewan, sorry.
Sorry, just saying, like, that one sort of, like, whole page dedicated to the Badnik troopers just trying to get all their new squadron to the new location, only for get pretty much immediately annihilated by Supersonic before they were even deployed.
That was fun, yeah.
I also kind of like the fact, like, you know, the ship itself actually has, like, a big head of a trooper on it, like, going like that's a trooper vehicle.
Oh, that's fun. I love little details like that. That's awesome.
I also love the big page at the end in issue 80 because you got like Amy with her quills downwards, and also you've got Tails with an aged furrowed brow.
Yes.
Yeah.
The thing that the artist gets bothered about is like, why do you keep drawing Tails with such like a gigantic forehead with wrinkles? Because I like it.
He feels like an old man. Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
well. It's a pretty awesome city in the background too.
Also, I just want to point out, if you think Supersonic looks this deranged here, you ought to see how Nigel Kitchen designs him in a future issue.
Oh, that's
yeah.
gonna be
Oh
great.
boy.
It is pure nightmare fuel.
Yeah, apparently to the point where Sylvia even liked it so much that she was like, if I ever see the artist, I'm going to ask him to redraw that. just because how much she liked it.
Oh my! And a whole page of Sonic laughing. I feel like I should save that somewhere. It could be useful somewhere. Every single time.
I kind of want to.
Yeah.
I kind of want to dub that because, like, I love voicing Sonic, but I also do a pretty good Joker laugh. I kind of want to do that.
Maybe throw in like a voice filter in there so that sounds more demonic.
I can imagine it being somewhere between like Joker and Carnage.
Yeah, pretty much.
If I didn't think it would destroy my throat right now, I'd do it.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Better not. But it feels like
sure
it's such a meme picture you could use for memes.
Yeah.
Like he's laughing at jokes in the games until there's a Pontek and Graph joke, and then you get the final panel. Like, no, oh no.
Or when you hear someone on Twitter saying the most weirdest Sonic take imaginable, and you're like, that's so ridiculous.
Or basically,
Yeah.
like, what you mean, like the fact that someone did like a very terrible take of Sonic's voice, and he's just laughing a lot until he realizes like that person is actually voicing him in some actual product. It's like, no, oh god, no.
Yeah. Or could just edit it to be like that other meme, you know, like ha 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 no.
Yeah.
Indeed, it looks very meme worthy. Laughing Sonic. But yeah, looking forward to Sala's version of it then, one day.
I'm looking at the picture right now, or the page right now. It's like, why is Sonic's tongue in the shape of a heart?
Well, I mean, isn't that kind of the
He loves
isn't that kind of
laughing.
Well, I mean, isn't that kind of the traditional like style for like cartoon
Yeah.
characters to have that kind of looking tongue? Yeah, like
Yeah.
from a certain
Yeah.
angle.
From the
Yeah.
front. Yeah.
Yeah, from
Yeah,
the front.
yeah, probably. It's like,
I love
like I'm a casual comic reader, so I wouldn't really know that.
The artist just wants to make him look cute. Now we know why Amy loves him so much.
And although he's got like fangs, like a shark. Seriously, he looks like a shark.
I mean, like with those three in particular, with like real close up, and the tongue is like really shaped like a heart. Yeah, definitely you could take that out of context. Like, oh my god, he's eating a heart. Oh no. If I only had a heart. Well, now I do. Ha ha ha.
Oh no, he's a heartless.
My god. Yeah, and then some just shows up. Yeah, accept the darkness, Sonic.
When I was a kid, I was introduced to this version of Supersonic before the games, so I was under the impression this is what Supersonic is like in the games as well. Because I like the idea of like a really evil version of Sonic.
Yeah, well, we have plenty of those. So.
Yeah.
Surprisingly.
Everywhere.
But not as diabolical as this one, no.
Yeah.
Shadow and Scourge had never done something on this level yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, Shadow came close when he was going to destroy a planet, but then at the last minute he turned it around and ended up dying for the planet, quote unquote dying. But
Yeah.
Fair enough.
um,
Yeah.
At least he
But
wasn't
also-
laughing at it.
Yeah, it's like Shadow doesn't maniacally laugh like this unless it's Shadow the Hedgehog.
I believe he did.
It
In
goes
one of,
completely off the rails.
hang on. I believe Shadow did laugh evilly in one of the endings of Shadow the Hedgehog. Where,
Oh,
like,
yeah.
he
Yeah,
raises the-
Yeah, that's what I meant. Like, unless it's in
Yeah.
his, it was in his game.
Yeah.
You can tell
Yeah.
Jason Griffith had fun with that.
Yeah. And then, of course, with Scourge, I think the most evil thing that I can think of that he's done was, when he decided to take over his version of Mobius and pretty much took over the castle and supposedly got rid of the Anti-Knuckles, though it's not clear if he killed him or... Well, no, he said to keep him alive, but yeah, defeated him, humiliated him.
Did he kill his dad?
Well, yeah, almost succeeded in killing Sonic when he went Super Scourge. But it's like, okay, if you want a really evil Scourge, then how about that one time in issue 150 when he supposedly had sex with Bunny Rabbit? But let's not get into that now.
Didn't
Oh,
Scourge
my.
kill his dad?
Oh, yeah, I think that was it.
Oh,
Yeah, he
no.
killed his own father during the whole, great peace, blah, blah, blah. Yeah.
Oh dear.
So, yeah, killed his own father, and yeah.
What a nice fella.
Yeah.
Although that all happened off screen, so, yeah.
Well, that's a relief. But yeah, one thing though is like, what exactly happened to the people in the bar? Were they able to escape, or did Super Sonic literally just pummel them to death?
They were jerks, so...
Because in the fact, like, he's literally going all over the place. It's like a pinball, literally just going all over the place. He's bound to kill someone.
Probably.
Well, one of the people at the bar says, "Oh, let's forget about the reward and split." So they probably just escaped out the back door or something.
Yeah. Quick, let's make like a tree and get out of here.
Yeah. The old Biff Tannen joke.
But yeah, they were kind of dumb in attacking Sonic like that. Like,
Yeah.
You know the guy's overpowered in this series.
Especially when they pull up those goofy faces, like when he's turning super. It's like, look at him, he's cowering.
I've also noticed in the first panel in Spike's place, Robotnik has his own branded beer.
Oh, that's nice. Ah.
I bet it's egg. I'll bet it's egg flavored.
As well as vaping
Wouldn't surprise
peanuts.
me.
Yeah, I love seeing his face on the little on the beer tap. Yeah, oh, that's awesome.
Well, hey, maybe that's the real origins for that one bit from Soul Essentia with Robotnik selling his own beverage.
Yeah, who knows? And hey, maybe in Sala's cookbook there's the recipe of Robotnik's beer. I doubt it, but
With eggs in it.
Robotnik's ginger beer. I mean, that's
Yeah,
classic.
ginger beer with eggs. Yeah, Robotnik's excellent ginger beer.
Well, there's definitely no alcoholic drinks in here, but let me have a look.
could have been a ginger.
Well, ginger
beer.
ale isn't alcoholic.
There you go. Either way, yeah, spectacular story. Pretty awesome art as usual. Amy gets her moments to be badass. Pretty good. Artist clearly has a little.
Supersonic, and of course Supersonic going like super fast just to get away from the star post as it tries to suck him in.
He has some really freaky face expressions there too. So,
Yeah.
pretty intense.
Just going like, get me out.
In one of them looks like he's yawning.
Boring.
Oh, I'm getting sucked into a star post. Boring.
I hate those special stages are so boring. Yeah.
Yeah, especially those Sonic 1 special stages. Yeah.
I can't blame him. Sometimes the Sonic Mania or Sonic Superstars, I'm also like, oh no, not again. Because it happens a little too often that the game just doesn't have a rhythm of its own. With all the special stages all the time. It's like, no. Oh well. But yeah, shall we wait for Sala to get the recipe or shall we move to the next comic?
I checked all of the beverages in the cookbook. There's none from Eggman, but I did find a Silver the Hedgehog's recipe for a hot chocolate white chocolate hot cocoa.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, I love hot chocolate!
Yeah, so that's now Elise's dream, just having hot chocolate with silver.
Is there any recipes by Eggman in the book?
Yes, quite a few. In fact, Amy even specifically points out that it's amazing how well Eggman is at baking.
Ironic, considering how in Sonic X it shows that he can't cook.
Yeah.
I guess he learned since. Right, let's move on to the next one. Sonic the Comic with the Chaotix in Fundamental 4. Anyone wants to do a synopsis?
I'll give it a go.
Of
haven't
Everyone
exactly-
Hates Charmy.
Yeah.
Everybody hates Charmy. Tonight at 7.
Exactly. But yeah, when I keep reading the Fundamental 4, I'm obviously thinking of the old sort of like Fantastic Four sort of theme tune of Fantastic Four.
Yeah.
Now I'm just imagining like the Fundamental Four.
There
They're
you go.
mental. But yeah, in the special zone, like the Chaotix are hanging out in their headquarters on like a very odd-looking sort of asteroid because it looks like it's got like a fish face, like oh.
Yeah, Mario Fish, indeed.
But of course, Charmy's annoying everyone, and like Vector's basically had enough and just thrown him out, and Charmy just flies off, unaware that there's like a little rocket that's about to land outside the headquarters. Like, but yeah, I was about to say Vector, but it's actually Mighty presumably saying it. Say like, "Nice one, Vector. The little one had it coming."
Yeah, I had to
But of
look
course-
carefully too. It's really confusing.
Yes. But yeah, basically,
Because it looks like Vector's complimenting himself.
he complimenting himself like, "Oh yeah, nice one, Vector. Like, you know, you're a great guy, and that's why you're me." But,
It's actually funny because, like, I didn't notice Mighty at first, so I did think Vector was complimenting himself, and then SBO was calling him Mighty. So I'm like, oh, are all of their bodies swapped or something?
Yeah, I had to look twice too. Yeah, it's very confusing.
But of course, then like they end up hearing a noise outside, and SBO assumes like if Charmy's trying to get back in, but then he notices like there's no way Charmy can break through that wall, and then sure enough, they realise who it is. It's them, the Fundamental Four, being Hydron, Gravel, Squall, and Flare. And they both basically just want to beat the living bejeebus out of the Chaotix for apparently, well, I assume they basically threw them in prison at some point. And despite Flare almost basically torching Hydron, like little like rubber suit, they end up putting the focus back on the Chaotix and simply just to overpower them. Meanwhile, Charmy's literally sitting on a small asteroid overlooking the one planet that the special zone has, and he decides to head back, but notices the rocket that's basically parked outside, and he looks inside and sees that the Fundamentals have basically broken in and kidnapped them and hold him in a glass tube. So he decides, right, I'm going to basically go off back to the hive and get some help. And there we go with part 2. Let's see. Oh yeah, so basically what's going to happen is like basically Hydron plans to push the button to basically liquidize the Chaotix, but they need to still find like Charmy, but in the end there's Hydron's like, no, we got to push the button. But meanwhile, not too far away, Charmy returns and he comes back with a load of worker bees, which might seem a bit odd, but apparently it proves to be a interesting idea to bring them along, as they smash through the window and one of the bees with a pair of scissors ends up cutting like Hydron's like rubber suit, and water splashes all over Gravel, and they all start using their like what's it called, like, you know, the
Muds?
mixers,
Dough?
the mixers on him to make literally turn him into sort of like muck, and then start shoveling it on the gas one. I forget the name of it, but and as they're doing so, like Flare attempts to take them out, only for Charmy to grab like high octane fuel and squirt it at Flare, causing like a massive booming heat, but which apparently seemed effective enough, as the workers were able to literally turn the Fundamental Four into a random pot. They free the Chaotix, and like they find it like too stupid, like the Fundamentals were defeated by becoming a pot, but the bees become too much for the Chaotix again, so they end up throwing them out again, with like Charmy being like, "Oh, that's like gratitude for you. Like I saved your lives, and yet you throw me out, bloody lies." And of course, like they were about the remaining Chaotix are about to enjoy some peace and quiet, only to realise like the fundamentals are still basically alive, and that they're just grumbling like, "Are you going to do something about us? I don't want to be stuck lying down like this the whole time. We have our rights." The end.
That was a silly story, and the winter guy was called Squall, I think, after the Final Fantasy VIII guy, apparently. Oh well.
Okay.
There you go. Yeah,
Well,
it's kind of...
I
Yeah. Go ahead.
I doubt he was named after Squall Leonhardt.
Yeah. I didn't mean that literally, no, because we're still in 1994 at this point. No, wait, 1996. At least before Final Fantasy VIII, yes.
Okay.
Anyway, kind of interesting to see Charmy having his modern personality here. Because I think in the previous ones he was more serious, still. Like, I don't think he really became officially hyperactive until Sonic Heroes. But I guess Fleetway already figured him out. He's annoying. He's a hyperactive little kid.
Especially
it was kind of...
Sorry, it's just especially considering the fact like he's like OP in the Knuckles Chaotix game of literally just being able to fly anywhere and carry anyone.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just turn your teammate into a wrecking ball of destruction. Make the final boss so much easier.
I do like the designs of the fundamental four, because what I like about this comic is how it has its own unique enemies for the Sonic characters to fight. Because there is an arc where Sonic is trapped it somewhere, and each issue he fights like loads of different and unique monsters.
Yeah, the enemies are very varied here, indeed. It's kind of fun on the world, the world building. Jeez.
Yeah.
It was kind of funny that they thought to combine all of the fundamentals to turn them into a clay pot, because like obviously you gotta combine earth and water to make the clay, and then you gotta fire it to set it so that it doesn't like melt when it gets wet. But like Squall really didn't contribute to this at all, so I don't know how the hell he got captured.
He just got encapsulated. He's just there. Poor guy. It's kind of dark to be melted together with all four of you. It's kind of a bit of a dark fate for them. Then again, I guess they can be saved.
I don't
Made
know.
Out of gases anyway. Best not to think
If
too
it's
much about
clay, the only way they can be saved is if you smash the thing. And this is coming from someone who does pottery.
Yeah, you save the ingredients often by breaking the pot.
Yeah, or you grind them down into dust.
Well, I'm sure they look forward to that. Guffrost says that Flare looks like Tangle on fire. I'm not quite seeing that, but oh well. The female fire character.
Yeah.
I'm not really seeing it. Oh, well.
Not at the moment. I mean, maybe if I give it a longer look, then I might be like, okay, maybe I see it, but not right now at least.
Looks like there's a bit of a grandma dress going on. And cooking gloves. Anyway, yeah, interesting look. And of course, the Gravel Guys clearly a parody on The Thing.
Yeah.
So still have a little bit of the Fantastic Four going on. The Water Guys clearly based on Miss Incredible. So yeah.
Actually, in the Marvel Ultimate Universe, the one that's now dead, the Fantastic Four's powers actually did come from the elements. So Mr. Fantastic was actually water, and the justification was that Invisible Girl could disappear into thin air. So they were all of the four elements.
Funny. All right.
But yeah, it's also kind of like interesting to see the. This is the first time we see the Chaotix's headquarters, which is basically just on a asteroid.
Yeah, weird building, but fun, I guess.
Of course, a hole on the underside, which is I'm assuming where they keep their vehicles in.
Yeah, probably. And very comfy chairs.
I also want to point out in the one panel where SBO noticed the cracked wall, his appears to have a very tiny face.
Dankjewel, liefje.
I suppose that's the problem when you're
Niet
I'm trying to work with a character that you don't know too much about. Then again, I suppose Nigel Dobbin did his best.
Ain't easy drawing so much. I mean, you have to knock them out in 2 weeks. So, hard workers.
Damn tight deadlines, yeah.
Like the bees.
Indeed. And yeah, kind of fun to see Charmy having a whole extended family. That happens rarely.
Yeah.
Only Knuckles and Charmy are allowed to have a family.
Well, I mean, we do see another another one of the Chaotix family members, but not for a long while. So
Looking forward to that then. Right. I guess we should be moving along then.
Yeah.
That was a fun one.
Yeah.
But now, Fleabite returns. Sala, for you the honor.
Yeah, alright. So, Tails is on his way to meet up with Sonic in Metropolis Zone, but on the way he decides to take a shortcut through the Casino Night Zone, and of course, finds a bunch of SWAT bots terrorizing the citizens, so he decides to help out, only to be captured by Fleabite, the bounty hunter,
Dun, dun,
who decides he's gonna capture Tails for the large reward that Brutus is giving out to freedom fighters. Only to realize that when Brutus says exterminate all organic creatures, he means all of them. And so Fleabite also gets arrested. So him and Tails have to work together to get out, which involves just Fleabite picking the lock with his metal claws. And they destroy the SWAT bots that have captured them. And then Fleabite decides, yeah, thanks for helping out. I'm still going to get that reward, though. So he tries to capture Tails, but Tails doesn't fall for it twice. And he ties up Fleabite into the net instead, and then hangs him from a lamppost. And then, the entire Casino Night Zone is so thankful for Tails that they ask him to stay there permanently. And just help out with all the robot problems that they've got. So Tails decides he's gonna... He's gotta help out. Yep. So, he starts just fighting a bunch of badniks, and he's doing actually a really good job of it. But not good enough for a, definitely not evil man by the name of Max Gamble, who runs one of the casinos in the Casino Night Zone. How about that? And, he demands Tails start doing this more efficiently because people are so scared of robots, they're not going to the casino. So Tails Tails meets a couple of monkeys, chimps. They look like chimps, I guess.
Maybe
they're apes of some kind.
I have a feeling they're like a caricature of real people. They look almost like real faces. Maybe that's
and their names are Mark and Sparks, and they are electrical engineers, and they have a way to help Tails by giving him a badnik disguise so he can find the badnik's hidden base. So Tails goes and finds it. He follows some badniks around and finds their base. Accidentally gets discovered almost immediately because the back falls off of the disguise and his tails come out. So the robots are like, wait a second! And they start chasing Tails, and Marks and Sparks have Tails lead them through a couple of pylons, which they turn on and blow up all of the badniks. And so the city is saved, but, oh no, the turning on the pylons, the electric pylons, accidentally caused a power failure, and now all the machines at the casino don't work. So Max Gamble is pissed. But then all of the civilians just, tell him to go eat shit, because, Tails saved all their lives. So he begrudgingly leaves and, vows revenge on Tails.
Indeed he does. The end.
Yeah, quite surprising. You basically took two separate stories and just stitched them into one.
Yeah, it's kind of a sequel to the first one, but yeah. Oh well. He's just tired of the stream. We have to hurry it up, so I'm just combining two in one. Yeah.
I mean, I was going to stop at the first one, but it was very clear that this one was a continuation of the previous one.
Indeed it was, so fair enough. I'll accept it. Anyway, yeah, thoughts. Kind of interesting to see the little girl in the crowd at the end of the first story. Kind of looks
Oh,
like a
yeah.
mini Amy. It's Amy's younger sister.
I was paying more attention to the person at the back with a really long neck. I was wondering that's supposed to be
the
like an emu or an ostrich.
Probably
Big
an
Bird.
ostrich. But it does look a bit weird though, considering the fact like it's obviously supposed to resemble something of a flicky, but yet ending up giving like a long neck just seems a bit weird to me.
It's an early version of the Sonic Superstars giant flickies.
Probably.
Except now a long version of it.
But
There
yeah,
you go.
also seeing the return of the pink like looking Amy Rose character, because I think the last time we saw that character was in the Robotnik Con story.
Oh, she showed up before. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow, continuity. Didn't know there was continuity in the little random civilians in the backgrounds. That's cool.
But yeah, also some funny like that one panel of where the troopers are sliding on the surprisingly slippery syrup treacle.
Syrup.
What is it? Yeah,
The sticky,
kind of-
slippery stuff. Yeah.
yeah, and yet of course the middle trooper's just like, oh, the indecency of it.
Yeah, that's this very feminine look there. Like that's usually where the girly character of the group will be, and hold on to her dress and all that. But yeah, awesome art style there. I love it.
Yeah,
Also,
I'm
they're-
more a fan of the art style of issue 81 because of like with the designs of characters like Marks and Sparks and the very creepy looking Max Gamble.
Yeah, who of course does return later on.
Oh,
So
yeah.
granted, he doesn't really look like that in the future stories.
Yeah, I think he's a bit slimmed down in some of the future stories.
Yeah, and
I
reduced in
also-
size.
Also, I think this one has a few British references because Marks and Sparks is the nickname of the British store Marks and Spencers, and as Tails flies away, he goes like, "Oh, now I know what a tin of baked beans feels like."
Ah, all right. Oh, good thing you're here to tell us because that would go
Yeah.
over my head.
Yeah, I mean even that one went over my head a little bit as well.
And of course, knowing me and Salah, that's already flown over our heads.
Yeah.
We're
British.
too American. Yeah.
But yeah, as per usual, like awesome art from like both the artists.
Yep, one
Good.
cartoony, one more realistic
Yeah.
or gritty looking.
Yeah, the same artist who basically draws the terrifying looking sort of Metamorphia and like Cam.
Oh right, yeah,
No.
that one.
You know, with their like sort of like squinting like eyes and the big sharp teeth that like got so bad like they were told like, you know, you've got to tone it down, man, tone it down, we're getting complaints.
Kids getting nightmares. I haven't seen those characters in a while, but yeah. All right, cool. Yeah, nice to see Fleabag again. He has pretty cool
Yeah.
poses.
Mm.
I kind of
Yeah.
like they kind of cut him opening the door, and instead it kind of looks like he just cut the door off, kicks the door open instead of doing
Yeah.
any kind of lock picking.
Yeah, because he like says, "Oh, I usually use this claw to pick locks, but not today."
He just kicks the door open.
But of course, nice. There's like a little bit of like you know, co-op work considering what happened last time, since you know they had to deal with the little tantrum guy,
Oh yeah.
and I suppose a brief mutual sort of like thing going on with them is like, yeah, he was annoying. Let's work together for now, and then talk about like how much we hate that little shit.
Yep. But then also the jerkness of all the pedestrians and people are always like, they always have, whenever Tails does something heroic, you always have to kind of take him down a notch. Like, oh, you're awesome, not as awesome as Sonic. Well, you're kind of awesome too. It's like,
Yeah.
Is it really necessary to always add that detail to it? Can't you just give the guy just proper credit? You always like, well, you still suck compared to Sonic. Like, even later, it's like, oh, why do you have to be saved by you? It's like, jeez, guys. You jerks, you deserve to be captured and not be rescued. Poor Tails. But also
Also-
later story, I think. Yeah, go ahead,
Yeah.
Ewan.
Yeah, just saying like it's a bit sad in a way. Like this is the last sort of story with Fleabite.
Yeah. Sad.
I mean, it's just disappointing
Yeah.
there because it's like the way like he was just brought back almost immediately. I thought like he would be more reoccurring as sort of like the Mobius equivalent to Knack the Weasel, but nope.
I guess kids were worried if he died the last story, so like, okay, let's show that he's still okay, and
he had a really good design as well.
Yeah, it's awesome design. Yep.
Yeah, I really liked him.
Yeah. Wish we saw more of him.
Yeah,
Perfect combination between Looney Tunes and like actual cool cowboy. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't exactly checked, but I think he does like reappear in the Sonic the Comic online series. But like I said, I haven't watched it in a while. But apparently, it did not been going well for him. Is basically what I'll just say.
Poor guy.
I also want to point out in the first panel of Fleabite Returns, if you look at the roller coaster, not only do the roller coaster carts look like they're connected, but it looks like it's going off the roller coaster.
Yeah.
I didn't
Like
notice
shows
that.
how-
Oh, that's awesome.
Like, yeah, I mean, definitely looking like one of them's like going, "Oh shit, we're off the tracks."
The guy on top, yeah. And look at the balloon next to them. It's like looking at if he's gonna eat them. Like, oh, I'm gonna eat a nice roller coaster.
Yeah.
Delicious.
Oh, my next meal.
Gonna wait until they're all mashed potatoes on the ground. So can lick them up.
Yeah. And
Oh,
also
that's
noticing the rather cheerful looking Robotnik balloon on the next panel.
I also love how the SWAT bots look like when they're destroyed. They have such derpy faces again. Like,
Being like, wait, what happened?
poor guy. But yeah, there those jerks are. I much prefer to be saved by Sonic, but I guess he'll do. It's like,
Yeah.
get back in danger, you jerk. Oh well, poor Tails can get a break, can get credit. At
No
least
respect, I tell you. Yeah.
indeed, poor kid.
Yeah.
But right, so guess next time we'll see our lizard guy return again. Alrighty.
Yeah.
So, move on to the next story. Revolution!
Okay. So.
My turn, I guess. Hearing the enthusiasm. Do you want to talk, Ewan? What was that?
I'll try give it a go, but just admittingly, I'm a bit rusty because I didn't get time to properly prepare. I mean, I have read the story already, but I'm just gonna be all over the place. Just
If you prefer me to do it, I'll do it, I
Yeah,
guess.
I don't mind Roger doing it.
Alrighty. Well, so it's revolution time! Brutus is the robot with Robotnik's brain wants to take over because he thinks Robotnik is inferior, so he's going to take over and send all his badniks versus Robotnik's badniks, and he's winning! Not that Sonic and friends really care all that much, because they're both equally evil as far as they're concerned. Sonic was shot dead last time. Unfortunately, he cheats. I guess he had an extra life, so he gets back. And short fused the flip whack, the Cybernik. Shows up.
Use the Cybernik, yeah.
There we go. The superhero guy who's stuck as a badnik but still has the brain of a regular civilian jumps in to save the day. He's gonna assist Sonic. So Sonic speeds off, Cybernik after him, and they're going to see if they can help out. Meanwhile, Robotnik is also not willing to just let it go. He also has his evil plan. So Brutus crashes into Robotnik's headquarters. Robotnik has an epic angry face. Rah! Because he has a brilliant plan, he just uses the off switch. Why it took him so long to use that, I don't know, but there he goes. He clicks the off switch, but nothing happens. Robotnik looks really sad, and I feel sorry for him. But then Sonic comes and saves him by accident. I guess Sonic really kicks himself for that. If he just waited 5 minutes, he would have won from Robotnik, but oh well. So he just jumps through the window, Robotnik is saved. We get some really funny-looking SWAT bots dying horrifically. But yeah, Cybernik is being all cool and shooting everyone, and it's bragging to Brutus, like, oh, I'm made out of special metal, I'm cooler than you, and immediately gets punched for it because Brutus is made out of the same metal, oops. So, Sonic is in big trouble again, but he refuses to do something. I guess he has some weird deal, I don't get it, but like, oh, I refuse to get killed until you show me where my friends are. So Brutus is all happy and like, well, there are your friends. And we get to see Metal Amy and Metal Johnny. Pretty awesome. I never saw a Metal Amy before. Oh, actually we did with Sonic Prime, did we?
Well, we did also get somewhat of a Metal Amy when she was, I think in her introduction thing, yeah.
Yeah.
Fair enough. But hey, here's the Fleetway version of her, I suppose. And Johnny with a very scary face like that. So, Brutus sends them after Sonic, and Sonic is in big trouble. So they're apparently super powerful. They're jumping around, and we get a wonderful little picture of Robotnik. It's a little advertisement. I love that little, I love that stuff. Anyway, Sonic is punched through the advertisement. That's a real crime. So I'll REP F in the chat for Robotnik's fun little sign that's broken. Anyway, meanwhile, Cybernick wants the Short Fuse. Geez, sorry, guy. Short Fuse is fighting Brutus, kind of, and immediately gets punched out of the window for his troubles. So that didn't go very well. Sonic is running away from Johnny fighting, but Metal Johnny pisses off Short Fuse, who immediately shoots him down in one shot. So kind of overpowered. Johnny is saved. Robot Amy shoots her darts at everyone. How that ends, we'll see next time. And meanwhile, Robotnik has is running around in his underground lair because he has an evil he has a big experimental armor waiting for him, and he's jumping into it so he can finally have a big showdown with Brutus for the grand climax of this exciting adventure. So, meanwhile, Sonic is still running away from Amy's darts. He uses slipstream from his speed to change the direction the darts go, and they crash into Amy, who immediately wants to rape Sonic, but immediately starts kissing Sonic. But now they have to fight. Actually, they don't have to do anything anymore. They're just like, hey, Robotnik and Brutus are fighting each other. Let's just watch and hope they kill each other. Unfortunately, they don't grab popcorn. I guess it's not close by for them. But yeah, so they watch Robotnik and Brutus have a bit of a fight. Robotnik has another evil plan. He just freezes Brutus, which allows him to immediately shatter him in one go. So I guess that's the end of poor Brutus. He didn't do a good job for his namesake. I guess if only he fought Julius Caesar instead of Robotnik. Anyway, yeah, Sonic and friends are happy that Brutus is gone, but alas, Robotnik is still there, so it's not much of a victory. Robotnik rewards himself with a nice little speech that's broadcasted on televisions, and we end on Robotnik's happy smile. So hey, good job, Eggman, you won him for once. Enjoy your wonderful little smile.
Yeah, that was actually pretty cool of him. No pun intended. The way he completely dominate. This is like seeing those moments in IDW where Robotnik just absolutely decimates someone in hand-to-hand combat.
Yeah, we're
kind of like that.
Yeah. Then you have
also his war armor looks very similar to Lex Luthor's.
Yes.
even down to the same color scheme.
I was kind of wondering why it looks so familiar.
He also kind of looks like Dr. Doom. Dr. Doom from Marvel.
Oh yeah,
yeah, actually,
Dome guy, yeah.
No, not the Dome guy.
Oh no, that's Mysterio, yeah.
That is Mysterio. Yes.
I'm not a Marvel expert.
I suppose maybe a hybrid of many.
Possibly, but yeah, typical cartoon comic book armor, I guess. Yeah.
But one thing I might as well say is I do think Nigel obviously has a bit of fun drawing all these robot designs, because when Brutus ends up smashing into Robotnik's headquarters and he's got his own army of troopers, one of them apparently seems to have a big bow tie on his chest.
Yeah, he does. Oh man, I really love the robots in this one, especially when they die. They always have these funny face expressions.
And of course, Robotnik. As you mentioned, Robotnik pulling the saddest face when he realizes the self-destruct button isn't working on Brutus.
He looks so heartbroken.
Not my beautiful self-destruct button.
Oh, come on, I wanted to see you explode. Too bad, Robotnik.
Yeah, I just want to say I really do like the art style of here, including Robot Amy and Johnny, because they look really terrifying there.
It's very intense design, yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of funny because also I think his name is called a Game Apologist, is it?
Yeah,
Basically, because only just recently he uploaded a video talking about all the different sort of like Amy robot designs, and of course he brought this one up. Apparently, stating like he really liked the whole like head part of her, but obviously just didn't think much of the rest of it because it was just a bit too generic. But the main one though just looks like so alien and intimidating.
Yeah.
Because that's all. And yeah, I do agree. I do like how the Amy one looks though. It's like definitely doesn't resemble her that much in any way besides like the color scheme and the upward quills.
Indeed.
Yeah.
And of course, like I don't know why, but I also kind of found like Johnny's Badnik form to be a little bit goofy, not like super goofy, but just like a bit.
It looks like he came straight out of Mystery Science Theater 3000.
Yeah. Because I think maybe like Brutus decided just to give him the short end of the stick in terms of a cool Badnik design, because because he already fumbled his plan in the past, so he's like, right, I'm gonna put you in this unpleasant, like this miserable, unpleasant, and yet so goofy looking Badnik suit as punishment for basically ruining my plans. What I'll give Amy this very awesome, cool looking one.
Sure.
That'll teach you.
Yeah, she almost looks like an insect with the mouth blade and all that. It's kind of interesting. But yeah, it's an awesome mix between goofy and funny and intimidating. You British are really good at that.
I've also noticed that in the panel where Robotnik opens the door for his arm, I noticed he doesn't wear one of his gloves. At first, I thought it was just like an art error. Looking at it, I thought it was so that it could recognize his fingerprints.
Oh, nice detail, yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, it's really the day of seeing hands without gloves for Sonic and a Robotnik. Aren't we lucky? For all you hand fetishes out there, I guess.
I don't think that's even a fetish. Like foot fetish, sure, but hand fetish.
No.
Like,
No, that's a thing.
I've never come across that, and I've been on the internet long enough to know them fetishes.
Oh, that's because you haven't watched part 4 of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
Yeah,
I know what you're talking about. Sadly,
there's always got to be a JoJo's reference.
I know what you're talking about, Sala. Sadly.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Yeah, why? Did he give him a hand job or something?
No.
No.
I also want to say this is probably the most intimidating Robotnik has ever been so far, because he completely decimates Brutus and gives out one of the most threatening speeches to the inhabitants ever.
Yeah, something that requires like 6 panels worth, and everyone basically just reacting accordingly, like Tails being concerned, a random Badnik just shouting, "Hail Dr. Robotnik!" Shortfuse being like, "Oh, shut your face," and then just more like people just watching as they're being taken away by troopers, and then Sonic just being like, "Oh yeah, just you wait until issue 100, Robotnik. That's when it's over. Hopefully."
Yeah, it's definitely cool seeing that kind of intimidating Robotnik again. Thankfully, he kept it straight, because like with the frozen ice and the fears, like it's like in some ways you could think that would like, oh, here's like one moment where Robotnik just breaks it all, and he's like, "Oh, I freeze you," and then he just like, "Allow me to break the ice."
One thing I kind of noticed with all the all the sort of like panels where Robotnik is in the suit, he's always got the same facial expression. It never changes.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, the eyebrows change a bit, but the mouth expression is just the same.
Yep.
Not sure why. Unless like Nigel really, really like that version of Robotnik he drew, like nothing but rows of teeth.
Yeah, but
like,
look at the final speech. He also has to say, I mean, there's sometimes happy or sometimes frowning, but he also just has a toothy mouth in every single panel. Just as Robotnik here.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, Fleetwood Robotnik's always been very toothy.
It also makes me think of that Sonic Universe story where Robotnik fights Snively and they're both wearing mech suits.
All right.
Oh yeah, the Ink Beater 2 versus the Iron Oni. Yeah. That was a pretty cool fight.
Good stuff. Shall we move on to the next one?
One final thing. In the panel where Robotnik is with the Robotnik is watching you panel, can imagine be like, I want this to be a good fight. Because I'd be very annoyed if this goes wrong.
Yes. I agree.
That is kind of funny, yeah.
Robotnik is watching you fight.
I don't know, stuff like that always cracks me up. Just have a good panel like that. I'm watching you.
Yeah, it's like a big poster of it, like up on the ceiling, and someone's just going to bed, and that's all they see up there.
Oh no.
Happy dreams.
Robotnik watches you when you sleep.
Oh no.
Oh no,
Let
indeed.
me haunt your nightmares while I watch you.
Good old Robotnik. Anyway, let's move on to Troubled Waters with Knuckles. This is going to be a short one, probably. Anyone wants to do synopsis? No one? Alright, fair enough. Anyway, Knuckles is on a boat. Suddenly tentacles attack him. He falls off the boat. And then he discovers that the tentacles belong to a boat with a crab in at the end. Any questions?
Yeah, it's pretty short and simple. Just
Pretty much.
fighting a pirate crab person in a kraken robot.
Is he pirate? He does have a modern cap on. Like he's
Well, yeah, he's got a
like a
hat
mailman.
on. And, yeah,
Yeah, I just kind of just
and he's
imagined
called
Robotnik,
Captain Claw.
Captain Claw.
Yeah, I just kind of imagined him would sound like the claw character from Mario Brothers 2, you know, with the crab. Specifically the one where they give him a voice. Yeah, "Arr, you'll make a tasty treat," or something like that.
I prefer Captain Claw in a video game to Cat.
Yeah. But yeah, just seeing
What
like
about
him
Captain
being
Claw?
called Captain Claw though is like just made me think of this.
Oh, that's predictable!
That's good.
But yeah, I mean it is still kind of. I do like the overall design of like the mech itself. I think mainly just because of the colours, you know, being of yellow and purple.
That's a very pleasing art design.
Especially when being controlled by an evil crab.
Yep.
Yes, I suppose it's just to make him stand out a little more, considering like I don't want it to be anything too, you know, similar to my colour, and I don't want it to be blue either, because I want to make sure I find it in case I fall out of my own mech.
And it's kind of funny that it's like a sea monster controlling a robot of a different kind of sea monster. So that's kind of an interesting take, I suppose. But yeah, I guess this story is really going to get steam in the next one. It was just an introduction, so kind of should have saved it for next time. Oh well.
Oh well. Oh well. I mean, at least it'll be something worth waiting for.
Yeah.
And see how Knuckles can basically defeat a
Robot
like
squid.
a mech like that in the water.
Yeah. Something to look forward to on whenever we feel like going back to Fleetway Sonic.
Probably not until January, because the next stream is just got to be the Christmas one. Ah,
Yeah.
That's
Planning
how
on
I feel.
Christmas,
I'll have to
yeah.
wait.
indeed. All right. So, anyone else wants anything to say? Artwork is
Yeah,
nice. Yeah, Mel?
I just think it's decent. Yeah. Not much to say.
There you go.
Weird looking rocks though.
Yeah, almost looks like
Oh,
a
yeah.
face, huh?
Yeah, one page it looks like there's like a skull face.
Yeah,
They're
the
at
rocks
Skull
are-
Rock.
And I like how the red sun illuminates the panel as well.
In terms of colors, it's a very interesting one, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I suppose
great color
that's what-
palette.
Yep.
I suppose in the end it was necessary because it would be like a bit redundant just to have like blue sky on a blue ocean with blue rocks.
Indeed.
You must paint it up.
Have to save up their blue paint, indeed. Right.
Yeah, well, also
follow
the red sky really gives it a ominous feel.
that
yeah,
too,
you must
yeah.
follow. You must follow the Batman Red Sky saga.
Yeah, danger, danger, danger.
Yeah. Or when like the classic TMNT series, when like the later seasons went through that Red Sky seasons.
Indeed.
In a way, it also resembles Vilfeed from the Dream Stone cartoon.
And Invader Zim also has red skies. I think they can make a whole list anyway. And of course, the two main characters are also red, so I guess Fleetway really had a lot of red ink to finish up.
Yeah.
Good times. All right, let's move on to the final Fleetway story for today. No, what is it, Ewan?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, never mind.
I think it was saying that I called dibs on this one.
Okay.
And for this particular story, it requires a particular type of review, so I posted a quick audio so you can go ahead and play that.
Oh.
For all to hear. Yeah, it's in the live chat. Yeah.
Sorry, I'm gonna download it and import it in Flash then. I was not prepared.
Same here. I kind of just suddenly just did it. It just popped into my head, and I just did this on the fly while we were alive.
Should have seen it coming.
Yeah. Well, it's a short clip, so hopefully it won't blow up Roger's computer.
Sorry, someone say something funny while I'm getting this ready.
Autumn fish bananas?
There you go.
24.
Boris Johnson.
25.
Yeah, 25.
Just say when you're ready, Roger.
And a doodly-doo. He said wappa wappa wappa, and I sang out loud.
I regret asking you to do something.
It's all mine over here.
Jeez, Elise was just spamming that sound. I was just singing Monster in the Mirror just to fill in the time.
Well,
Okay, I got the
You
audio.
ask us to fill time, you take what you get, my friend.
Well, hey, we were kind of lacking on the Wii, so yeah.
okay.
Indeed. Well, thank you for setting the balance straight. All right, here comes Melting Man's audio. I have no idea what's happening, so it's all his fault if something goes wrong. Here we go. 3, 2, 1.
And then Tails defeats the robots and saves the city. The end.
Okay then. Yes. Very.
Ooh, that's predictable!
Same.
Yeah, so the whole gist of this story is that Tails comes into this city that's all ruined, and then he suddenly gets struck by lightning, and that somehow causes time to go backwards. So, like, oh, people are talking backwards, the city's falling apart and now going back to normal, and so he sees, like, the troopers in their tank rolling backwards. So he finds, like, oh, okay, if I wait long enough, they'll be out of the city, and it'll be fine, and then I can make my attack. So he attacks the tank before it enters the city. It blows up, and it somehow reverts time back to normal. And yeah, that's it. So just for the hell of it, I did this reverse review thing for the audio.
That was clever. Well done, the Melting Man. Quick thinking.
Yeah.
Yeah, a bit of a Twilight Zone episode, this one. Dealing with reverse
I
time.
absolutely love the first panel because you got this tank destroying everything. It's like something out of Warhammer 40k with everyone dying around them.
But look how happy that tank is.
Yeah.
It's enjoying its destruction.
Yeah.
Because it's clearly obvious that he loves seeing that giraffe just lying there dead.
Jeez. This is pretty dark one, yeah, because people actually die, even though it gets reversed eventually, but it's pretty,
And you got Tails looking down and it's like, oh, just destruction as usual.
Yeah.
Well, he's looking angry. It's like, yeah, you deserve it, city. That's what you get for keep saying that you prefer to be saved by Sonic.
I also absolutely love the cowboy character, bull boy running, screaming.
Yeah. One detail I absolutely love in the first panel is you see little birds black and falling out of the sky. Like you already have this very dramatic and serious shot, and then there's these cartoon birds falling out of the skies on top of it. Oh, while the SWAT bot gives a big thumbs up. Like, yay! The bad guys are so happy.
Well, naturally, because no one's actually stopping them. They can actually destroy something for once.
Yay, death and destruction!
Always
You
love
know,
that mix.
cheerful.
Always love that mix between serious and comedy in this one. Yeah. Sorry, Ewan, go ahead.
Yeah. I mean, like, obviously it's kind of noticeable, like, they had to reverse all the text, but yet for some reason in the one panel where Tails notices the wall going backwards, the ape ends up, like, speaking, like, normal, with the last word being war when it's supposed to be raw.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
confused
So-
about that.
I'm guessing in the original title, he's actually saying raw.
Rawr.
It was a raw machine. Not like a war machine, but like a raw, metallical machine that just came and destroyed everything.
Yeah,
It was a raw machine. I preferred a well cooked machine.
it's a roar machine that goes rawr.
Raw.
This machine is fucking raw.
There you go.
Oh,
I love all the sound effects are backwards as well as the tank goes oh brr, and the explosions go boob.
Yeah, Dale even points it out.
Yeah, move. What the hell are moobs? Yeah.
And moofoom.
Yeah.
Yeah, very dark and very funny. And a very interesting
Yeah.
story, yeah. Bit of a Twilight Zone episode kind of ish. Yeah, that was fun. And yet again, Tails gets to save the day. He's getting a lot of heroic scenes lately.
It's finally getting the respect he deserves, yeah.
Yeah.
More or less.
Well, lately he has been, yeah.
Alrighty. And hey, we see a fish civilian. That's kind of interesting. With a fishbowl on. Poor guy.
Yeah, it's just random fish with a glass bowl on his head, like his sandy cheeks, yeah.
Yeah, I love the variety.
Reminds me of H.P. Lovecraft's Innsmouth story.
Has fish
Shadow over Innsmouth.
Alright.
Yeah, with the fish people.
Yeah, I mean, I was just going to say, like, you do actually see the fish character, like, dead, and, like, it's a bit, like, oh my, sort of thing. It's on the first page, on the third panel at the bottom left of it, where you see, like, a broken fish bowl, and you just see the fish guy looking like...
Oh, that's dark. Oh, yeah.
Yeesh!
Oh, that's intense.
Yeah.
But yeah, this
I
comic
think-
is dark anyway, all those corpses.
Yeah. I think Carl must have had a bit of fun drawing that fish. Like,
I finally get to draw really dark imagery because it gets reversed anyway. Yeah. It's pretty intense. Yeah.
I mean, it's down in the corners, so you barely see it, but when you do
Yeah.
see it, it's
Oh,
like,
God.
oh, jeez.
Yeah.
It's pretty intense, yeah.
Yeah.
As well as a
Random
dead hippo character.
Yeah, dead hippo. He was hungry too many times.
Indeed. Hungry, hungry, hungry hippo. That's one too many.
He fed himself to death.
Indeed.
he ate too many marbles.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Alrighty. That was the stories. There's a couple little Fleetway bonus things going on. Saw a couple reviews, including one for Gags. Melting Man might find it interesting, even though they weren't.
Oh yeah,
particularly
there was
impressed.
there was a Gex review in there, but of course the other thing that caught my attention, like, oh, my boy Vector Man getting a review in there.
Speaking of Vector Man, you know, like how when Sega revealed they're bringing a lot of classic properties back. I kind of see them bringing back Vector Man.
If only, yeah, if only.
Is it really a Sega property? I thought it was made by a different team, like Blue Skies. So I'm not sure.
I have Blue Sky Studios.
So I'm not sure.
Like,
if
I don't know
Sega's-
Well, I guess it's technically still part of Sega, because I mean, like, it keeps showing up in all those Genesis collections, and of
Good
course there
point,
was
yeah.
that. Then there was also that failed attempt to make a new Vector Man game where they redesigned it to look like Master Chief.
So Vector Man was developed by Blue Sky, but was published by Sega.
Okay.
Ah. Yeah. And I just kind of assumed he was just part of the Sega property. Like, you know, like when Sega All-Stars Racing Transform came out, I was like, yeah, nice roster, but man, this game just screams like, oh, it's a game for Vector Man, because, you know, he can transform into things, and this game would be right up his alley.
There's also
I mean, come on, you don't have Vector Man, and yet you got this stupid virtual memory unit thing that could turn into whatever. Yeah.
there was also like in the Worlds Unite story in Archie when all of the Sonic characters got turned into robot masters, and they. I remember hearing that like they were gonna have Vector Man look like Vector Man.
Oh yeah, the first one, Worlds Collide. Yeah, and all we got is just a brief mentioning. It's like, oh, going up against the roboticized Vector. Yeah, who is indeed called Vector Man. Yeah.
I didn't see Vector Man review. Only cheat codes. Is that what you're referring to?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think. Hold on. Maybe. Oh yeah, it's in the third issue. Yeah. Okay, I just kind of assumed it was part of the review. It's like, oh no, it's just.
I was kind of surprised. Like the Sega Saturn's already out for a couple months. They're kind of late for, especially since it's Vector Man 1 they're talking about. Like, oh, Vector Man 1 was released when the Sega Saturn was already running. Wow.
But
Yeah,
yeah,
the
just
voice
being,
Vector Man.
yeah. Sorry, I was just saying, like, obviously, like, the person reviewing Wipeout thinks it's the best game ever, considering the fact he's, like, maxed out the scores.
Yeah, 99, 99, jeez.
So basically, this is the highest rated game that's been reviewed on the Sonic comic, maybe?
Even more than Sonic, and it's not even a Sega game. Ah, but it is a fast game, I guess. So.
Yeah, because I think he's like, whoa, this game exists on the Sega Saturn? Amazing!
Yeah, because the PlayStation 1 version was already out? I'm not sure.
Yeah, maybe?
But yeah, cool. But yeah, poor Gex doesn't get much respect because it's a 2D game and people want fancy 3D games in their Sega Saturn. You know, the Saturn.
Well, at least Abby still likes Big X.
There you go.
Not Gex, man.
And, hey, there's Gex is coming back, so that's fun.
Oh yeah,
Right.
they're porting the trilogy on the newer consoles. Yeah.
I'm very excited that they're bringing back Golden Axe because I thought it was going to be like an upgraded version of the first one with new visuals, but no, it's an actual third-person 3D adventure. So I'm looking forward to playing as Gilius Thunderhead kicking all those gnomes for trying to steal your stuff.
Yeah, that'll be awesome. And actually, the first Golden Axe did get a 3D remake for PlayStation 2, I think. I have that one. But yeah, so this is the whole new one. I wonder if it's an open world game or they stick with the beat 'em up style. Guess we'll see eventually.
And I don't know. I haven't gotten around to seeing that video. All I did was just saw like the what franchises they announced. Like, oh, we're gonna try and bring back these things, and I just kind of assumed that they meant like ports and not like actual brand new games.
Yeah,
or
they're brand
remasters.
new. They have a brand new Crazy Taxi, a brand new Shinobi.
All right.
Yeah, anyway, okay, other fun stuff. Fan art of Sonic and Tails as Woody and Buzz Lightyear, I guess.
Yeah, Sonic Lightyear and Tailsy. They couldn't even be bothered to think of a good one for Sonic. Yeah.
And you're disappointed they didn't use Woody from the Sega CD game?
Oh yeah, Wild Woody. Yeah,
Wild
I'm kind of.
Woody.
I think I'm kind of a bit bothered with the name. Like, oh, Tailsy. I mean, like that's the kind of name like someone would be like flirting with the guy. Like, oh, hey, Tailsy. Yeah.
I also, there was this review of a golf game that made me laugh because it doesn't show any screenshots of the game itself, but it does show like pictures of explosions behind golfers. Like, oh, the game is so boring, just to distract them with fake pictures of explosions. Like, look how cool this game is. It's not golf,
Yeah.
it's like awesome or something.
Yeah. Oh, this is definitely a golf game. You know, gotta believe me.
Even though I don't see any
I'm playing on
screenshots.
the world made of a golf ball.
Oh yeah, it's like trying to kick it, not hit it out of a sand trap. It looks like
Yeah.
it's like it just hit a landmine.
Yeah. They're playing golf on a landmine. Minefield. Yeah.
Minefield, yes.
Why not? Have to do something to make it interesting. But yeah, that's...
Yeah. Extreme golf. Yeah.
That's pretty much
I
it.
think that's something they did on MASH once, actually.
Play golf on the minefield? Yeah, I guess that makes sense for a comedy in Vietnam.
Yeah.
Alright, fun. Yeah, and then the fan art of pictures of the characters in beach clothing. So here we go.
Yeah, I guess this was the summer edition. Yeah.
Bit awkward looking tails.
Yeah, he's wearing a freaking Speedo, yeah.
For your ladies or other people who love Tails out there, here you go. Tails in the Speedo. And Amy with a bosom for the one who would prefer the ladies.
I actually love the beach. On the beach, and Sonic looks like an actual Christmas tree.
It's Christmas in July.
I don't know why, but that robot reminds me of Sala.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a new one.
Oh, Megadroid.
Yeah, it's the visor.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
It's the round head with that's
The
all
visor,
white.
yeah, it kind of looks like you.
It just looks like me wearing like futuristic Geordie LaForge sunglasses.
There you go. So, guess we're finished for today. That was fun.
Yep. Suppose one thing might as well say, shout out to not sure how you pronounce his name, like ZEZ for his donations to the stream.
Yes, thank you very much, Ease.
Yeah.
Guess
If
new
you're still
fan of
there.
Sonic Dissected. I'm going through our catalog.
Ah,
Good luck to him.
You're becoming popular.
Get
Yeah.
there.
Anyway, next time's Christmas, so we're not going to do it live. Probably do something pre-recorded. Probably Sonic Christmas Blast. I'm surprised we haven't done it yet. So
Yeah. Maybe now we can finally do it, yeah.
there you go. Depends on if
Yeah.
we have time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I imagine we might do that, and I think Sal also mentioned an idea in the chat.
Oh yeah, Christmas Sage has started.
All right,
So the-
Christmas Age, yeah.
Yeah,
New Sonic,
Sonic
fan
Amateur
games.
Games Expo out of nowhere.
Yeah, it's like, because I mean that did kind of come out of nowhere. It's like, oh yeah, we got like a Sage coming. Like, what? I mean, okay, but what?
And always a day before the stream. Ah!
Yeah,
They watch us. They know.
Sage just really doesn't like you.
No, they don't.
They never give us time.
Well, hey, if we do, I guess if we decide to do Christmas Sage, I imagine we probably just do one game each person because with the holidays coming up and everything,
Indeed.
make it a little easier on ourselves,
Yes. We'll see. We'll plan it out. But yeah, the next time's not going to be live, but it's probably something pre-recorded. So see you folks next time. And you guys, thanks for joining me again. Liz, Salah,
Pleasure.
Melting Man. Luke,
Yeah.
Rahul.
Yeah, well, thank you for having us.
No
Yeah,
problem.
it's it did help me get back to a good mood, yeah.
And that's all we need. Happy Melting Man.
Yeah, glad we could help.
Exactly.
yeah.
Yeah, for now.
Oh wait a second. There's someone at my door. Who could that be? Oh God, it's Red.
He's been
Of
taken
course.
by the wee man.
Oh
No. I think it was you know who. Our mascot for Dissected Alive.
And the title. Who was it again?
Yeah, Red Pine, the best Sonic character ever.
Of course.
Unfortunately, got taken away by him.
Oh yeah. And he never got to say goodbye. But oh well, I'll at least play this, so that's somewhat of him saying his farewells. But just imagine it being opposite.
Greetings, friends.
There we go.
No
Morning,
worries.
friends.
Yeah, well,
Well, yeah. Bye-bye.
adios.
Bye.
Cheerio.
Toodle pip.